following is intended for immature audiences only. There's no such thing as a radio rating system. But if there were, this show would be rated O as in... Oh my God, this show is so stupid. These people should be in jail. Let's begin.
Good afternoon.
You're listening to Common Man and Timmy. Featuring Panama Ted.
Ted's a fun guy.
And the Crazy Soundboard.
Hola.
I'm Dennis Farina.
So much.
I even made just a little bit of a diagram for you.
56, and is that correct? Walk.
You little weasel.
Turn off your brain and unzip your pants. Here's Common Man and Timmy.
Happy Monday. Welcome in. Timmy is out today. He'll be back tomorrow. So I decided to go out and get the best person that I could find.
And they canceled on you?
They all canceled. So it's 10 TV's Adam King.
It was interesting. He just kind of yelled out, anybody want to wander into the studio and host? And I just showed up. I had the headset already on. I hate to ruin that for you. It's fitting I'm here on a Monday. You have to imagine. People are already got a case of the Mondays. They're like, great, King's here. Great.
Holiday weekend.
Yeah.
A lot of people still off.
Yeah.
Enjoying their vacation. Probably don't want to hear you. Have turned the radio off already.
Well, that's great. And that means that I can say whatever I want and not offend them.
You decided to celebrate the birth of our nation by going to Spain. You went to Europe.
It's the second time I haven't been in the country at the start of the 4th of July. I flew back on the 4th of July, and I landed, and I played a little Toby Keith, brought to you courtesy of the Red, White, and Blue.
I don't know Toby Keith.
Yeah, well, it was a beautiful song. As I was
You
going
like Toby Keith, Teddy? How you doing, Ted?
I'm doing good, Mike.
All right.
Yeah, rest in peace, Toby.
Oh, is he dead?
Yeah.
Yeah, yes, he's dead.
I didn't know.
That's brutal. Yeah, he's dead. And so I was blaring it, courtesy of the Red, White, and Blue. I was drinking my water that was cold. I was enjoying the AC because people in Europe don't believe in being cool. They want to be 110 degrees all the time.
I don't think that's necessarily the case. Maybe they just don't know any better because they live in buildings that are 400 years old. Hard to get the central AC in there.
You can just buy one of those AC units.
I don't think you can because a lot of those... Now, that's where the politicians probably fail because they're all grandfathered in. Like, you can graffiti all you want on the outside of the buildings, but God forbid you try and put a window unit in there, they'll tear your nuts right out.
It was wild. There were some beautiful, beautiful buildings, and you're like, wow, look, that's amazing. Oh, somebody has drawn
of course
all over that building.
That's just life.
That's life. That's, they also don't like ice. They don't want their drinks with ice. That seems like an easy fix. Is that not an easy fix? Like, who in the world wants a warm Diet Coke? If I could say to you, you could have an ice cold Diet Coke.
King, I'm not arguing with you.
Yeah, well, you felt like
who the hell goes to Spain in July? Not me. I'm not going.
I'll tell you this much. It was just as hot here. I landed. I'm like, oh, it's so good to be back. I stepped off the plane and
America.
Yeah, and it was just 1,000 degrees here as well.
Did you go with your fake girlfriend, Lene Kakua?
I did go with Lene Kakua. It was a great time. I sent you a photoshopped photo of us at the airport.
Nobody's ever met this woman.
That's very accurate.
You guys live together. You're going to get married at some point. You're going to get fat together.
I did. I told Common Man today that I was once 50 pounds heavier, and now he's.
I haven't seen a photo of it.
I've got
my
it
mind
up.
is
I
blown.
think I'm untagged myself from every photo.
And what did I say to you?
You said if it was there once, it's coming for you again.
It's gonna come back.
Yeah. I don't disagree.
There's a reason why we haven't seen any photos of Richard Simmons before he died. Because I'm convinced the man was 800 pounds. It all came back.
And
you
then
can
he just
sweat
didn't
to
want
the
it out there.
oldies as much as you want. But eventually it's going to get you.
It's just so easy to eat whatever you want.
I know. I do that all the time.
And that's the problem. It's like I just...
See, you're young. You're all right. But you have so much to live for. I'm on the back nine, buddy.
What are you, 65?
Yep.
That's nice. You don't look a day over 65. I don't want anybody to ever tell you that.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Ted looks about 30.
Ted's older than all of us.
Yeah, combined.
You know whose birthday it is today, Teddy?
Birthday today? No, I don't know.
It's the Torg.
Is
No,
it?
It is.
He's older than me.
Is he older
really?
than you?
Yes.
I think you guys are the same age.
Still older than me.
I said he's early 50s, right? What are you, 52?
Yeah. He probably
dude,
turned 53 today.
52. Yeah, that's not early 50s anymore. That's what he said to me. Early 50s.
Yeah.
I said, what are you, 60? Get out of here. I'm ready to take a dirt nap, dude.
My dad has always, he will never say how old he is. He is.
Why?
No. Not in the way like, if he's 63, he's not 63. I'm turning 64. That's like the second year, like that's.
Is he my daughter?
Yeah, he makes himself a year older. You're like, I'm going to be 67. You're like, Dad, your birthday was yesterday. Calm down. He's always a year older, just making himself.
That's what my daughter does, but she's 8.
Yeah.
I'm 8 3/4.
Yeah, he's like, I'm going to be 70 in a couple years. How old are you, Dad? I'm 64. Okay.
He's waiting to the end, King. What do we got today? We got Foodgasm at 4:46. You want to talk about all the food that you ate in Spain?
Let me tell you about a little thing called bread and how
we're going to talk about bread. 4:46.
We're going to talk about bread.
I like how this is breaking news to you. Bread is good.
Bread is.
Had to go to the continent to figure out that bread's worth eating.
I think I cried.
Yes,
I think
bread.
I cried eating bread for the first time.
Jason's beef with our guy Jayson Stark at 5:30 today. The most important thing, or so I've been told, of the entire Independence Day weekend. I watched a very riveting documentary on Thomas Jefferson. I enjoyed that very much. Familiar with old Tommy?
With old TJ?
Third president of the United States.
He's on that Mount of Rushmores.
Did a lot of things. Founding father. Did a lot of slaves.
I don't know that I could tell you one thing he did other than signing the Declaration of Independence. And I'm only like 1% sure he did that.
Well, he was, I just told you, third president.
Well, I knew that.
Also founded the University of Virginia.
I did not know that.
Did that.
Boy, I didn't realize that's a very old university. I would not have thought that. You know what? This is a very big sidebar. Do you ever hear people that tell you like the Oxford University is older than the Mayan Empire or something like that? You ever heard that? Where they
England's very old.
It doesn't make any. No, that doesn't make any sense.
Oxford and Cambridge is where I did my banging, right, Teddy? Oh, yes.
It doesn't make any sense.
What do you mean it doesn't make sense? They got old stuff. Europe is old.
But like, there's no college that's older than the Mayan Empire. It's silly.
We got old stuff here too.
Name one thing.
It's Native American stuff. Like back when I was a kid in downstate Illinois, got this big dirt mound. It's like their version of a pyramid. It's like 2,000 years old. Nobody cares though because it's in the middle of nowhere, Illinois. Who's going there?
What was the name of the city in Illinois?
Nowhereville.
Obviously, you didn't care enough.
I went on a school trip.
Obviously, you didn't take notes. They wanted you to care. You didn't care. That's the problem.
It's funny is that half the class got to go to D.C. The other class got to go to downstate Illinois and look at this big mound of dirt. And it was totally random. Totally random. Couldn't afford to take everybody to D.C. Had to make some choices.
Boy. And you know what? They looked at young common men and they said, yeah, that's not a DC one. Let's send that guy to the dirt mound. And it honestly probably wasn't a real exhibit. They probably just built a mound of dirt and said,
it's like a trash pile.
Send him there.
All right. So Thomas Jefferson, watch that. But the most important thing outside of family, togetherness, and lighting your hard-earned money on fire, literally, tossing it into the sky. Joey Chestnut wins the hot dog eating competition, and he destroyed the competition. He ate 70 and a half dogs, 24 more than the fat ass who was in second place. Unbelievable. I am told by many people were pre-gaming for this on 4th of July. All right, they were so excited. Teddy loves it. You watched it all, didn't you? You sick bastard.
I did watch it.
Yes, of course you did.
I watch it every year.
Of course you did.
Yeah, and last year he wasn't in it, of course, because they had the dispute of the sponsorship.
That was
tragedy, American tragedy, all of it.
So he's back this year and he won it.
I'm just saying, I watched like a 6-part documentary on Thomas Jefferson. We need at least a 6-part docuseries on Joey Chestnut, true American hero.
I met Joey Chestnut.
You did?
I did.
You shook hands with royalty?
I shook hands with Mr. Chestnut.
Did you touch his hot dog?
I did not touch his hot dog. He asked that I politely stop doing that. He was down at the national title game, and I was interviewing a couple Buckeyes at Media Day, and I'm looking over, and I'm like, who is that guy?
You elbowed Eddie George aside and said, excuse me, I got to get to this guy who eats a lot of tube meat.
Well, and the thing is, he's not one of those guys where if he's not carrying a hot dog or wearing a Nathan's hot dog shirt, You wouldn't know. Like, you're like, who's that guy?
He didn't have the mustard belt?
No,
with him?
didn't have the mustard belt. Just walking around like a guy. And I'm like, oh my goodness, that's Joey Chestnut. And he was great. Very, very nice guy.
He put him on the TV?
We did put him on. I interviewed him. Mr. Chestnut himself. And he was a big Buckeye, rooting for the Buckeyes in the game. So now you can like him even more, Teddy. So, but you know what makes me sad about the hot dog eating competition?
Everything, because it's sad.
It's not sad.
It's totally sad.
It's American.
It's people wasting food. I'm all about being a glutton and enjoying as much food as humanly possible. But they're not even enjoying it. They're wasting it.
I'm sorry.
You should be having eating competitions for the love of eating.
I'm sorry.
Not because it's some sort of challenge.
The fact that you can't watch a bunch of grown men and women eat hot dogs and think this is why I live in this country.
That makes me un-American.
That is the most un-American
thing. Where they
thing.
soak the buns in the water
I tried that once. We did a hot dog eating competition at my last job. I made it through 6, and I spent the entire night in the bathroom. I mean, I think I walked on set for the 3 minutes, and the rest I was just holding my stomach.
You ate 6 in how many minutes?
I think it was like 10 minutes.
Who won?
Actually, our meteorologist.
Just a fat-ass meteorologist.
No, it was this.
Just a fat
It was this woman. She ate 9 hot dogs in 10 minutes.
She's the Black Widow.
She's sucking them down.
Yeah,
she's like 5 feet tall, and I don't know where they were going.
Bless. Jacket's making some news. We'll talk about it next. Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
We've got a bit of a slowdown due to an accident if you're on East Main Street, east of James Road. And we also have an accident that's blocking the right lane on eastbound 161's off-ramp to Little Turtle Way. This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
With rates as low as 8.99% APR, now is the perfect time to save your summer with a debt consolidation loan from BMI Federal Credit Union. Visit bmifcu.org/consolidate.
At United Dairy Farmers, peach is our most popular ice cream. Although it's only here for a short time, we sell more of it than any other flavor. And once you taste it, you'll know why it wins the popularity contest. We make it from scratch by mixing in the juice from our hand-selected peaches and big chunks of fruit. That's what gives it that unique peachier flavor. And that might also explain why peach season at UDF doesn't last long. UDF Peach Ice Cream, made for you.
Call the folks at Buckeye, night or day.
My AC stopped working. Your competition says it's fried. When I saw their cost to replace it, I could have just died.
We can give a second opinion, give you options and advice. We'll strive to earn your trust and make you a client for life.
Get a free second opinion, replace or repair.
Call 614-683-9911. Call the folks at Buckeye, night or day.
Save a whole lot more all summer long with hot deals on Meyer brand must-haves.
Like Meyer bottled water?
24 packs for $2.99.
How about Meyer freezer pops?
Yeah, for just $1.99.
Meyer quencher sparkling water?
69 cents each plus deposit where applicable.
What about ingredients for s'mores?
Of course. Meyer marshmallows for $1, Meyer graham crackers for $2, and Meyer 6-pack chocolate bars for $4 all summer long.
Now that's a good deal better.
Only at Meyer. Exclusions apply. See all deals in the Meyer app.
Let's be honest, we could all use a little vacation from the ordinary. But with Tim Hortons' new refreshers, you don't need to pack your bags. Just sip, relax, and enjoy your refreshing 16-ounce vacation. With tropical mango packed with real pineapple and mango pieces. And strawberry watermelon kiwi featuring real pieces of strawberry and kiwi. Also, try it with lemonade or coconut milk. A choose-your-own taste bud adventure. Head to Tim's for the new refreshers. Your 16-ounce vacation awaits. Only at your neighborhood Tim Hortons. At participating U.S. restaurants.
He opens his toolbox before he opens his wallet and believes you can fix anything with 20 minutes and some pride. He's Mr. DIY. And when he needs metal, he goes to metal supermarkets. Artists, hobbyists, machine shops, maintenance professionals, and welders all count on metal supermarkets for over 8,000 metal products, shapes, and grades. If it's metal, they've got it or can get it for you. Cut to any size and ready fast. Visit the family-owned franchise on North Wilson Road or Columbus at metalsupermarkets.com.
sometimes I hear a sparkling sound.
Like when we say, all you have to do is point?
There it is.
That's the sound of magic happening.
Magic like we can come the day you call us? Wow.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
I'm back to doing what I love and more. Thanks to the Good Feet store.
Don't let bad feet stop you from being active and getting healthy this year. Trade in your bad feet for good feet at the Good Feet store.
Morning Juice, real football talk. Just two guys who aren't afraid to say what needs to be said. And that's how she wrote.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Now streaming mornings on YouTube and 10TV Plus. Attack and dominate.
I love my public school. My teachers are awesome. And everyone who works here makes sure I have what I need to learn and be my best. My classmates and I need your support too. Please stand with the Ohio Education Association to ask for the fully funded public schools every kid deserves.
Ohio's public schools are the heart of our communities. They're safe, welcoming learning environments where everyone can thrive.
Because in Ohio, public education matters.
Got a teen athlete? Then you know putting in the hours is all part of the game. But did you know the same goes for learning how to drive? Because just like playing a sport, learning to drive takes practice. The only difference is the stakes are even higher. 50 hours of practice time driving with you? Worth every minute. Gear up at teachyourteentodrive.ohio.gov.
When you speed, you have less time to react. Follow the speed limit to keep other road users safe. Speeding catches up with you. Paid for by NHTSA.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Scattered showers and thunderstorms today, some with heavy downpours. Otherwise, skies will be mostly to partly cloudy with our highs in the upper 80s. For tonight, more of an isolated chance of showers and storms. Otherwise, mostly cloudy with lows in the 70s. And for Tuesday, again, an isolated chance of showers and thunderstorms. Otherwise, partly sunny with highs in the upper 80s. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfolo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
The ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus is the official sportsbook of Common Man and Timmy. Weekdays at 3. The Fan.
The only show that can bring a dead queen back to life. This is Common Man and Timmy.
I want to talk to you about my friends at Tri-State Men's Health. You know, summer's here. Longer days, warmer nights, vacations, date nights, and if you play your cards right, hibbity-dibbity time. But if you have erectile dysfunction, that can ruin all of that. Who are you going to trust? Me? I talk to you every single day for 3 hours for 22 years. Or some loser like Frank Thomas and Doug Flutie on TV trying to sell you a pill that does nothing. And she'll like it too. That's a lie. I want you to go see my friends at Tri-State Men's Health, where real medical professionals will diagnose your problem and get you treated with things that actually work, not mail order products. Call them today, 800-900-9654, or visit TriStateMen'sHealth.com. Promo code Adam King. How you doing, King?
Boy, there are a lot of people that are going to use that promo code and be very confused.
Hey, Teddy, I forgot. Are we doing the non-sports show next week?
We never made a decision.
Did we decide on that?
You threw it out to the people.
What did the people say?
I don't know.
Okay.
What is the non-sports show?
3 hours, no sports allowed.
I'm sorry, what do you think the show already is?
No. See, even in that first segment, we ruined it by saying I got some Jackets news.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Right? That would be against the rules.
I got you.
None of that. Not even the illusion of sports. Should we do it, Teddy, or not?
I enjoy doing it, but that's up to you ultimately. I mean, you're in charge of the show. Yeah.
Also, answer me this. I just popped in the YouTube chat. Why do people have crowns?
Yeah, what is this?
In the YouTube chat. What does that mean?
It's like a new thing. So the more you participate, then the more crowns you get and points you get. So
you get points for participating in the chat?
Yes.
What do you win? Nothing?
Nothing.
You get to call yourself the top fan of Common Man and Timmy Hall.
They're all King fans, I think, is what they are.
Yeah, they all got crowns
King
for
me.
me. Thanks, guys. Yeah, it's interesting. Whoever can say the most negative things about me wins a big prize. Top fan.
Well, I should win the prize every single day.
That's true. You often just walk by my desk and hurl insults and walk away. It's really getting to me.
Where's Nicole this week? On another vacation?
Another vacation.
Man, she's got it made in the shade.
Yeah. She's got a lot of PTO, paid time off.
Teddy?
Yeah.
Walked downstairs yesterday. My wife was watching a TLC show. I said, what are you watching? The name of the show is Match Me Abroad. And I said, is Frank Sinatra the host of the show? Match Me Abroad. That's what I was thinking of. Now it's abroad as in I'm going abroad.
Overseas.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's another, I get it.
Get it now?
Yeah. Wow. A little slow on the uptake there I was.
Match Me Abroad. First of all, very happy birthday today to one Ringo Starr.
I thought it was Torg's birthday.
Him too.
Okay.
Torg and Ringo. Do you know who Ringo Starr is?
Yeah, I know who Ringo Starr is. He was the guy that was in Top Gun. No, I know who yes.
Rhyme Time couldn't name one member of the Beatles.
Well, he was also the guy that when we asked, hey, do you know who Billy Mays is? He said, yeah, the baseball player. So, I mean, what do you expect?
Ringo Starr's 85 today. 85! He's the best looking 85 I've ever seen in my life.
Now I got to look up a picture of him at 85.
Him and Shatner. William Shatner.
He does not age.
Is in his 90s.
Oh, man.
He's still on 85? My TV. Yes, Ringo Starr's 85.
You think he's dyeing his hair? He's got a nice.
I'm sure he is.
He's got a nice brown to his hair there. It doesn't look dyed.
He's dressed well. He's spry. I've seen him still play the drums on occasion. Biden looks like his father. He's younger than Ringo Starr.
I agree with your Shatner, too. William Shatner he hasn't aged since he started doing those commercials for that travel site, whatever that was.
You know what the key is for Shatner?
Talk very slow.
Kept his weight on.
Ooh. Yeah, you're right. People,
as you get older, you gotta, even if you're not hungry. I know appetites are suppressed a little bit as you get older. You gotta keep eating ribs. Got to keep the weight on.
You're right, because you look at those people and they're like, boy, they look really skinny.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like,
stiff breeze.
Yeah.
They get the flu, they're out. Shatner laughs at the flu.
You nailed that.
Jacket signed Voronkov to a 2-year extension worth $8.35 million. He was a restricted free agent, so under the deadline to get him signed, no offer sheets will come in on him. He had a fantastic year last year. I think it was 23, 24 goals and was a plus 17, a staple of the offensive game. I'm glad to see him tied in for 2 more years.
Yeah.
King doesn't need to comment at all.
I mean, it's fine.
Match me abroad.
Match me abroad. I have no opinion. I have no opinion on that. I'm not going to make up. But there are times when I'm like, all right, I'll try to get fired.
I like it.
It's great.
This is what we need on this show. Because sometimes I'll throw it out there. I can tell the other person doesn't care. Just a glassy-eyed response. You, not even paying attention. You're reading the YouTube chat, aren't you?
I might have been reading.
I know you are. Crew got a 1-1 draw in Seattle yesterday. Did you watch any of that?
I did. I watched the whole game.
Where the goalkeeper almost died?
Yeah, and Nancy said, stop the game. I thought that was very classy. It was very classy. It looks like the goalie's okay, though. He tweeted out.
He's fine.
Did you see his tweet, though? I thought his tweet was interesting. It had no concept of what happened. He just said, it was weird what happened on the field yesterday with an emoji.
Well, he got kneed right in the head. He probably doesn't remember any of it.
I guess. I just thought he would say hey guys, found out I'm going to be okay. It's great. Said he was like, you know what? That was odd. I'm like, okay.
See, am I wrong for thinking, because it was extra time, but they had a corner kick set up.
Yeah.
All right. Have a chance to score on the corner. Walk out of there with 3 points instead of just the 1. As long as he's still breathing, I take the corner kick.
I think
take the corner and then call it a day.
I think the question was how severe was the injury.
All right. Did they take out paddles?
They brought out the ambulance.
Ambulance, fine. They bring out the little stretchers for those soccer players all the time.
Here, let me say this. And what are the odds they score on the corner? I mean, they have 85 corners a game. They didn't score
greater than 0.
Yeah, I was fine with it.
These are all jokes. Obviously, he did the right thing.
No,
the opposing coach comes to you and says, "I want to stop."
He didn't, though.
Scared. He did. I thought he did.
He kind of motioned to Wilfred, and then he just looked at the ref and said, "Stop the game." And the ref said, "No." And then Wilfrey was like, what are we doing? Just stop the game.
Well, he doesn't want to be that guy.
Let me ask you a question. If you're losing, do you stop the game? If you've got a corner kick to get a draw versus, because you draw all the time in the season. But if you're down 1-0 on the road, got a corner kick in stoppage time, are you saying?
I think he probably makes the same move.
I think he does too.
Because he's a classy man.
He is a very classy man.
Now, what would I do?
That's what I'm asking.
No.
Nah.
Come on. I mean, it's a shame.
You're playing around the guy.
I've seen them do that before.
Move along. I got to get my corner in.
Good news. Yu Darvish is making his season debut tonight. I forgot he was alive, Teddy. What's the matter with you?
I was waiting for you to say it the correct way.
Yu Darvish.
No, you sing it.
Yu Darvish. For some reason, that is the only player's name that I feel like I must sing.
Interesting. For some reason, I can say in all my time on radio, your question earlier was the first time that I have no idea what in the world was asked. And we could come back to it 3 hours from now.
You don't even know what I asked you?
It was something about the CBJ and a new contract. I was reading.
All you have to do is fake it for like 11 minutes at a time. Then we take a 5-minute break.
No, and typically I can do that if I can kind of catch it. But I was like, boy, he said something about the Jackets and a new contract. Was it Voronkov?
I got to tell you.
Was it Voronkov?
Hey, yeah.
Yes,
I should have just. I would have just leaned into Voronkov.
Yeah.
But instead, I just said, I'm
really upset that Mark Letestu left the organization too. I mean, that's
he did
tragic.
Leave, yeah.
That is tragic. Double nickel, Teddy.
Yeah.
55.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Came in the studio one day, complimented me.
Did he really?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he is, like, when you think of the Blue Jackets, he's one of those names that immediately, someone says Mark Letestu, and he's a top name in the organization, you remember.
The compliment was, I'm surprised you haven't died yet. Good job. That was the compliment, but
I don't know that that's...
I think it was a compliment.
I mean, that's like the time that you said to me that I have a very punchable face, but you don't want to punch me because I'm a nice guy. Like, I have it hanging on my wall, but I don't know.
Give me a couple more segments like this one. Trust me, my friend. A few of our big-time listeners are multitasking right now. I'll tell you why coming up in 2 minutes. Just 2 minutes, King. Don't go anywhere.
I won't. I'm
Common
also
Man,
multitasking.
Multitasking? Common Man and King / Timmy on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
We've got some holdup due to an accident that's on the right shoulder of northbound 270 on the West Outer Belt after Roberts Road. And we've got another accident causing some delay on Olentangy River Road at Jayson Way Avenue. This report is sponsored by Speedway. Got one of those days that never stops? Try a stop at Speedway. Refresh your fuel tank, refresh your U-tank, and refresh the vibe with 69-cent large big gulp drinks. Speed Rewards app required. Valid through 8/26/25. See app for full terms. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
When getting the job done right is job one, you need construction equipment that's built right. From compact track loaders to the world's #1 selling compact excavator, the Kubota construction lineup features durable Kubota engines, more comfort, and the versatility to do it all and do it right. Visit your local Kubota dealer today. Go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Stop by Columbus Equipment in Columbus, Dayton, or Toledo to see their full line of Kubota construction equipment, or check them out online at columbusequipment.com.
If your garage door is so rusty that every time you open it you think, I should probably get a tetanus shot, we are Deluxe Door Systems. For 30 years, we've fixed crappy garage doors straightforward, honest, and for less than you think. DeluxeDoorSystems.com.
We've all got our daydreams, right? Little things, big things, things you know one day you'll do. Then out of nowhere, cancer. And all your plans don't change a bit. I would know. I'm about to jump out of an airplane with my dad. Our first time skydiving solo. And my second year since starting cancer treatment at Ohio Health. All right, Dad, let's go. You keep making plans.
Visit ohiohealth.com/keepmakingplans.
At United Dairy Farmers, peach is our most popular ice cream. And once you taste it, you'll know why. Right now, get 2 48-ounce cartons of UDF peach ice cream for $10. It's only here for a short time. UDF peach ice cream, made for you.
Common Man and Timmy is sponsored by Hinderer Motorsports. Listen every weekday from 3 to 6 They're good, clean boys. The Band.
A show with copious amounts of fart sounds. Emphasis on copious.
Oh no, I get a fart, but I don't know which way to lean.
This is Man and Timmy.
Happy Monday. Timmy's out today. 10 TV's Adam King is half paying attention and listening to me.
Won't ever happen again, Chief.
I don't believe you. Foodgasm is coming up at 4:46. Jason's Beef with our guy Jayson Stark at 5:30. Speaking of baseball, because that's what Jayson does.
Okay.
It's baseball.
You were talking about beef, so I was confused.
Hall of Famer.
Okay.
He loves beef. Guardians.
Not great, Bob.
10 in a row.
Yeah.
They've lost 10 in a row. They're bad. Here's some stats for you. If you're wondering how the weekend went, holiday weekend. So on Thursday, Guardians allowed 1 run on 3 hits in 10 innings against the Cubs and lost. On Friday, they allowed 2 runs on 7 hits against the Tigers and lost. On Saturday, they allowed 1 run on 2 hits against the Tigers, and they lost again. And on Sunday, they allowed 1 run on 1 hit through 9 innings against the Tigers and lost.
They were 1 out away from finally snapping the streak and decided to throw a wild pitch just to see what would happen. You know, keep the game interesting.
Bad. Reds lost 2 of 3 in Philadelphia over the weekend. They host the Marlins tonight. A lot of our listeners are multitasking today. Want to know why? Because I've heard from them. They're listening to the show while playing the new EA Sports College Football 26, because as of noon today, it is available to you if you pre-ordered it. You big video game guy, King?
You know, I bought an Xbox to play this game last year. I bought the game. I was so excited. My inner child was excited. And
you look like a type of guy who makes yourself. You made yourself a character, didn't you?
Well, yeah.
Of course you did.
I mean, am I not going to go? Here's where I left off, all right? I was Northwestern. I was on the road at Penn State. I was a starting quarterback, and we were undefeated on the season. And then I couldn't beat Penn State, so I just kept quitting the game and starting over. And eventually I just stopped playing.
Why did you choose Northwestern?
I could only go to a certain amount of schools because I was a 3-star.
You didn't get an offer from Ohio State?
I'm me. Have you met me?
But you can make yourself good in the game, can't you?
No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to put myself out there as me. And you know what Northwestern said? He does journalism. We got journalism at our school. Let's give him a chance. And, you know, that was it. It was between Northwestern, like Penn University wanted me.
Oh,
and,
well, hey, you're smart in the game, not in real life.
not in real life. And I think I could have gone to Pitt as well. But I chose the Big Ten because I love the Big Ten.
Good job.
Yeah, and I quit the game, and I never played again.
Because you couldn't beat Penn State.
Because I couldn't beat Penn State on the road at Penn State.
Embarrassing.
Which is not that tough of an environment.
It was a big nooner, too.
It was a big nooner. They weren't even having their whiteout game. It was very frustrating.
So anyway, you bought the game to play the game, so that then you just quit?
And then I just stopped playing it a long time ago.
You going to play this year's game?
I was debating just buying it today, but I don't have time to play video games
anymore. Would you like to know the price of the game?
How much is the game?
The standard version is $69.99. The deluxe edition, whatever the hell that means, is $99.99. And if you want to bundle it with Madden 26, well, you get a discount on that. $149.99.
$149.99. Video games are ridiculously priced.
They are, but I feel like sometimes we get down this wormhole a little bit too much. I saw something last week about, here's the McDonald's prices from 1991, and what are we doing? And it's like, yeah, but I remember in 1991 we had those same discussions about, here's McDonald's prices in 1961, and what are we doing? It's almost like lots of time passes and prices increase.
I will say this. I don't think video game prices have increased that much. I mean, when I think 20 years ago, they were
$40.
That's not a lot.
$45.
Yeah, $50 for the newest game, and now it's $60. I mean,
did you put the headset on when you were a kid?
You're darn right I did.
What game did you play when you were a kid?
I was a big Call of Duty Halo kid, playing with all my classmates, friends, and running around.
See, back when I was banging, wasn't invented yet.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Couldn't get online with your friends. Couldn't do it.
We used to, go outside, hang out with your friends.
Outside bad.
Outside bad. You are. I just want to be clear. That wall is painted white, and you are whiter than
I'm
that
very
wall.
white.
The sun is outside.
When I was a kid, I used to go outside all the time. In the summertime, I had a great tan. I was confused for Puerto Rican a lot of the times.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Dark.
Wow.
Now, outside bad. I went outside maybe a total of 7 minutes the entire weekend. And it was just to go to my garden, pick some herbs, and then go right back inside.
You know, I don't like gardens.
Why?
I want my food processed from a grocery store. I want it sprayed with pesticides, like just...
Oh my, you're stupid.
I'm not.
I go outside. I want some parsley. It's right there.
How do you know that you're not going to bite into that apple and it's not going to have a bug inside?
I don't have an orchard, you idiot. And how do you know that you don't have a bug inside the apple from the grocery store?
Because I know that whatever Kroger or Meijer have sprayed on that apple is so bad for me that it's for sure killed that bug.
Oh, those herbs I have out there, and I grow a little jalapeno pepper out there. Fresh. You've never tasted anything like it.
How long did it take you to grow those jalapeno peppers?
It doesn't take long.
How long?
About 3-4 weeks.
You could literally drive to Kroger and back in 20 minutes and have 15 jalapeno peppers.
But I don't need 15. I need one when I need one, so I go outside and I get one.
That's an insane concept. That's just insane to me. You have to manicure. You have to.
I was making the manicure. What are we doing? You got to weed the thing once in a while. It's pretty self-sufficient.
I put flowers. We had this little weird area of like dead weeds and stuff that needed covered at our apartment. So I put down mulch for the first time in my life. I scooped up. I put some flowers in there. That was a month ago. Flowers are dead, and that's fine.
Well, did you water them, you idiot?
No, I let the Lord and the sun.
Can't do that. They need attention.
Tell me why the rest of when I walk outside, there's flowers. Okay, nobody's watering those random.
What flowers? You mean weeds?
What?
Dandelions?
They're growing. They're doing just fine. Okay.
Actually, no, they're not. Have you seen them out there recently?
It's 1,000 degrees.
They're not. It's too hot for them.
Yeah, it's 1,000 degrees outside right now.
You want some parsley, don't you?
Parsley's disgusting. Parsley and cilantro. Cilantro tastes like soap. Like
you're one of those.
What?
Teddy, you like the cilantro?
Yeah, I do enjoy it.
It's a gene for some people. My father thinks it tastes like soap, too. So you know what I did this weekend? Made some corn, put some cilantro in it.
Gross, you ruined corn.
I said, here's your corn with dial, old man. Enjoy it.
I got to say, somebody said Adam is so dumb. Food tastes better when you grow it. That is a lie. You have all convinced yourself.
No, I'm telling you it does. You know what? Even if it's
somebody else grew that food that's at Kroger, too.
Even if it's just a placebo effect, it makes me feel good to know that I use something that I grew myself. Makes me feel good. You should see the basil I got. You've never seen basil leaves like this. I tell you what, you go to the store, you buy basil.
Okay.
You bring it in.
Okay.
I'm going to bring my basil in. We're going to do a live little basil look and taste.
Here's what we'll do. A blind basil testing. And everybody else gets to test it and pick their favorite basil. And we don't tell them which came from which. And if I win, I get to host the show for a year. And if you win...
That's just cruel punishment for everybody listening.
If you
Teddy,
win...
You shook his head.
Teddy retired.
Oh, your basil gets my vote, common man.
I think we do that test because
Do we just eat it raw? Or do I make a little salsa verde? Maybe a little chimichurri?
No, because I'm not making salsa unless I'm buying salsa verde also.
Oh, you can't buy that. It's got to be fresh.
How does one make salsa verde?
You get the herbs, you chop them up really, really fine. You add some olive oil and garlic and maybe a little salt and pepper. I put a little jalapeno pepper in there too. And then you make a steak. And then you dip that steak in the salsa verde, which is what I did this weekend. Like butter.
Let me tell you this.
Your pants fly off and you just lose control of all your bodily function. You just crap right there.
You just
right
go?
At the table. You have no sphincter control. You just crap because you're so excited about what you're eating.
Are you crapping when you're excited? Is that... I think you need to see a doctor.
You're so loose. You're so relaxed. Because when you're tight, right? When you're tense, it's like, oh, you're clenching. You could make a diamond in your crack if you put a rock up there, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when you're loose and free, then it's just, oh, yeah. Let's go.
I think you need to get checked. I think that's what we learned. I'll finish this segment with this. Do you know that I eat out every single night of my life? Did you know that? Every night that I work, I eat out. I order food from some establishment.
What do you order?
Name a place I've ordered food from it. I do not like.
You weigh 5 pounds. You can't be eating anything good.
It's delicious everywhere you go. Chipotle, Bippy Bop.
Hey, Bippy Bop. I've been hanging out with Dom too long. Hey, you been to that Bippy Bop? Yeah, what is that?
Yeah, I eat constantly. I've never cooked. I've never made my own. What did you call that? Salsa verde.
Salsa verde. You were just in Spain, you moron.
Yeah, well, I didn't.
Verde's green.
I ate a lot of tapas.
Tapas.
All the tapas.
Did you have some octopati?
I did. Delicious.
Oh, I love
delicioso. Is that Spanish?
So,
I took 10 years of Spanish.
Parsley, bad. Octopus, you have no problem with.
No, I like octopus.
Okay.
Why?
How'd you have it? Char grilled?
Oh, yeah.
A little lemon juice on top of there?
Well, you know what? I will tell you. They left the little suction cup thingies on there.
Of course they did. It's octopus.
Yes, but I just think that makes it taste better. I think it does. Yeah. A lot of places in America don't leave the little, I don't know what they call them, the little suctions.
Well, first of all, you're thinking of squid, not octopus.
Well, no, octopus had the little suction cups.
I know that, but I'm saying most American, if you get calamari, you're eating squid. You're not eating octopus. Two different things.
They're the same thing.
They're not the same thing. They're two different animals completely.
They're the same thing. All right. You've made that up. They both 8 legs, run around.
I'm going to talk about a woman who tried to kill her entire family with poison mushrooms, which is what I would like to do to Adam King. That's coming up next. Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
We've got an accident that's on westbound 670 after 71. That's causing some slowdown there. And you're going to hit a 5-minute delay on southbound 315 from Kinnear Road to Townt Street. This report is sponsored by Speedway. Got one of those days that never stops? Try a stop at Speedway. Refresh your fuel tank, refresh your U-tank, and refresh the vibe with 69-cent large big gulp drinks. Speedy Rewards app required. Valid through 8/26/25. See app for full terms. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Brought to you by Metal Supermarkets. Metal Supermarkets is your convenience store for metal. Visit Columbus at metalsupermarkets.com for all your metal needs.
Are you ready for the ultimate entertainment experience? It's all here, only with Spectrum TV Select. Popular apps are included. Disney Plus, Max, Peacock Premium, Paramount Plus, AMC Plus, and more. And live TV for sports, entertainment, and news. Enjoy across your devices no matter when or where you are. Get Spectrum TV Select and start streaming your favorites today. It's all here. Visit spectrum.com/entertainment. Restrictions apply.
Hi, I'm Dr. John Runyon from Runyon Dental Group. Are you missing teeth or do you have uncomfortable dentures? Dental implants can not only transform your smile, they can restore your confidence and allow you to eat those foods you love that you've been missing. When I was in my early 30s, I was in a similar situation needing complex dental work and dental implants. I understand all the emotions that you're feeling because I've been the patient and I know that we can help you. Schedule a free consultation today at runyondentalgroup.com. That's runyondentalgroup.com.
You found the one, now find the ring. Hi, it's Alex Johnson from the Diamond Cellar. On July 25th and 26th, Wedding Weekend is back with event-exclusive pricing for 2 days only. Celebrate with buy one, get one half off wedding bands, 20% off diamond anniversary bands, and 10% off handcrafted custom bridal. It's the perfect time to upgrade, personalize, or say yes for the first time. Join us July 25th and 26th on Selma Road or at Easton Town Center.
You ever feel like your money is just lying around? Switch to Huntington Bank, and your money is always doing something.
Like what?
Like automatically pushing more to savings so you can take that trip.
I like trips.
Who doesn't? It even tracks your progress. You're almost there.
Wow, I better pack.
And it charts your spending so you know which vacation hat you can afford.
How does it know I like hats?
Let's get more from money. Switch to Huntington Bank. Welcome. Eligibility requirements apply. Some features may require enrollment.
This is This Date in Reds Baseball with team historian Greg Rhodes.
Perhaps no more famous or infamous incident on this date, July 7th, than the memorable visit to the rooftops of Wrigley by Reds pitcher Tom Browning in 1993. During a Reds Cubbies games, while in uniform, Browning took a stroll across Waveland Avenue beyond the center field wall to the apartment buildings overlooking Wrigley. He scampered upstairs and joined the fans watching the game for a couple of innings. And of course, Browning hardly went unnoticed, especially by the Reds brass, who, while they may have chuckled over the incident in private, fined the Reds pitcher $1,000. A rooftop visit on this July 7th, 1993, this date in Reds baseball.
This date in Reds baseball is brought to you by the Cincinnati Reds Hall of Fame and Museum, presented by Dinsmore. Celebrating greatness, preserving history, providing inspiration.
In the old days when people lived to be 40, you only had one option for listening to your favorite show. But now, ooh, baby, radio, podcast, the Fan app, and YouTube, just to name a few, live or on demand. You have no excuses. The Fan.
Hey friends, Beamer here. Looking back at my Awaken 180 goals, and very deep on the list was to beat my guy Austin Ward at golf. Well, played in the Marysville Marathon with him on Saturday, and let's just say, mission accomplished. The biggest part, though, I wasn't lugging around those extra 75 pounds in that brutal heat while playing 36 holes. That was the real difference. I felt my stamina was way better. I'm not saying you're going to be a scratch golfer after losing the weight, but if your Awaken 180 results are like mine, you'll be able to crush Austin too. Online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Stay hydrated. It's hot out there. So my teenage son just went out in sweatpants and a hoodie. It's 98 degrees. At least I know he'll be cool in our house, thanks to Atlas Butler. If something goes wrong, they'll fix it within 24 hours. They call it their comfort pledge. Get too hot?
My phone.
Oh, your phone. Should have known.
Atlas Butler is at your service. Call 1-800-FURNACE.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Ohio Heating and Bryant. Doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
The number one pizza expert and the number 4 college basketball expert at the radio station.
Just from looking at your clothes and weight, I can tell you all watch a lot of free network television.
This is Man and Timmy.
Subscribe to the podcast of this stupid show. It's available wherever you get your podcast. Just search Common Man and Timmy. Click. Subscribe. Every single show comes right to your device free of charge. The podcast brought to you by our friends at Care Heating and Cooling. Adam King is filling in for Timmy today. He'll be back tomorrow. Timmy's actually playing golf today.
Yeah, must be nice.
Over at Muirfield.
Must be nice.
They had the big media event.
Yes.
For the tournament. Was it back in April?
It was May.
And it got washed out.
The whole thing poured down rain the whole time.
And so today was the makeup day, and Timmy went out there and golfed.
There's another makeup day in October.
There is?
Yeah, there's 2.
Are you playing in that?
You're darn right. I wanted to see that course in the fall. The leaves changing.
It's beautiful.
It's got to be. I've never been out there during the fall. I've only been out there during
hot
golf
as hell
season. Yes, exactly. So
it's beautiful in the fall.
It's
I make it so you can see the leaves changing.
Jack.
Oh, Jack's here. Yeah.
Oh, wow, Jack.
Yeah, how you doing there, King?
Jack, do you like when the leaves fall on your course, or do you get angry and yell at them?
No, I have labor that comes and sweeps them up fairly efficiently, or I beat them severely. Oh, my goodness. What's the matter? How you doing over there, Ted? Good?
I'm doing good, Jack.
A lot of the labor got deported.
Well, your guy did that.
Sorry. Hey, mushroom time. Did you know that there are poisonous mushrooms growing amongst us that could just kill us right now?
I did not.
I mean, I've heard of poisonous mushrooms, but I always thought it was a big lie.
I always thought it was in, like, Australia.
I don't eat the... Well, this is in Australia.
Okay.
Well, this story has taken the world by storm. All right? Erin Patterson is a gal. And she invited her ex-in-laws over and her ex-husband for a meal. Now, they're divorced, right? But this is under the guy. They don't speak to each other. They have bad relationship. This is under the guise of I've been diagnosed with cancer, and I'm dying, and I want you to come over and have a meal with me.
Okay.
And so they begrudgingly said, okay. The in-laws did. The ex-husband canceled the day of.
Oh.
All right. So his parents went over there,
but he did not go,
including like some other people, like friends of the parents or sister of the parent. I don't know. They go over. They have a beef Wellington, which she has prepared.
Okay.
Now, beef Wellington contains mushrooms.
Gotcha.
Yada, yada, yada. They all die. Okay?
That was a long yada, yada, yada. What happened in between?
Not her.
She didn't die?
Because she didn't eat the thing. She purposely killed these people.
That's so suspect.
So she was convicted of murder.
Oh, she was?
Yes, she was just convicted of murder because she knowingly went out, got these mushrooms. She denied doing it.
Is this why you invited me over for dinner tomorrow? Is that?
I am growing poisonous mushrooms in my garden.
That is.
But here's my favorite part of the story.
Wild.
Traces of poisonous mushrooms were found in a food dehydrator that Aaron Patterson, the murderer, disposed of the day after she was discharged from hospital. Patterson told police she never owned such an appliance, despite an instruction manual being found in her kitchen drawer and posts in a true crime Facebook group where she boasted about using it. They also had footage of her at the e-recycling plant. See, I like that. She's killing people, but she's also conscious of the environment. She wanted to get rid of the dehydrator.
Yeah, that's smart.
It's a mechanical thing. Didn't want to just put it in the dump. It has a lithium battery.
Yeah, it's
right?
not good.
So she went to the special recycling dump where they had CCTV footage of her walking there and throwing it away.
I need a television show called The Stupidest Murderers, because there are a lot of shows about like, oh, how did they track this down? This was a great case. Like, that's one where like you could solve that case in about 4.5 minutes. Also, why would she just not lie and say she didn't know it was poisonous? Like, what?
Because I guess she was like searching for ways to kill people on her computer.
Well, that'll do it. That'll get you.
How do I kill people with poison mushrooms?
Can't be doing that.
All that.
Yeah, that needs a show. Worst murderers ever. And that she can be top of the list. Got Google history, CCTV camera, lying about an appliance while she's reading the instruction manual to the police. I mean,
there's part of me that appreciates this on a couple different levels. First of all, she recycled. That's number one. Thinking about our environment.
Good for her.
Second of all, I appreciate someone who really holds a grudge. I do. I hold grudges in my life. She's like, yes, I know we're divorced. However, I'm going to invite you over for dinner. I'm going to trick you. I'm going to make you a nice, delicious Wellington. You're not going to know what hit you. You're going to be dead. Now, she's stupid. She's evil. She's all those things. But I appreciate the lengths that she went.
Here's the problem, though. When they all come over, don't you look around and you got this beef Wellington that I'm sure was deliciously well prepared.
I saw some pictures of it. It actually looks pretty gnarly.
No, that's not good. So you got that beef Wellington, and don't you think that you see, oh, the parents are here, but he didn't come? Well,
you made it.
You're just gonna that's my question.
There's only one thing she hates more than littering. It's food waste.
I guess, and apparently her in-laws, her ex-in-laws. That is. I mean, and imagine being the ex-husband. Your ex-wife just killed your in-laws with a beef Wellington. That's
your parents, not your in-laws.
No, that's right. I apologize. Killed her in-laws with the beef Wellington. I think he knew.
You think he got tipped off?
I think he got a tip in the mail.
He sent mom and dad over there.
Go try that beef Wellington. I'll come tomorrow if it's good.
I'll get the leftovers.
Yeah.
You go have it. The ACC says they're stable. I don't believe it. I'm going to tell you why coming up next. Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
We've got stop-and-go traffic that's causing a 5-minute delay on westbound 270 on the North Outer Belt between 23 and Sawmill Road. And there's some delay due to an accident that's on northbound 71 on the south side at 270. This report is sponsored by Speedway. Got one of those days that never stops? Try a stop at Speedway. Refresh your fuel tank, refresh your U-tank, and refresh the vibe with 69-cent large Big Gulp drinks. Speedy Rewards app required, valid through 8/26/25. See app for full terms. On a call for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Summer is hot, sticky, and buggy. But Modelo is cold, crisp, and smooth. When you're sweating through your shirt and the beach is mad crowded, the lime and salt flavors of a Modelo Chelada hit just right. When the weather's perfect but you're still at work, it's time to clock out and stock up on Modelo. Drink responsibly. Beer and flavored beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix that's guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with lower prices on over 1,000 items. Hand it to Kroger shoppers. You never compromise. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
Save on select bags of Doritos, Cheetos, or Tostitos. Mix and match your favorite flavors and buy 2, get 3 free with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
The big one is back. The Good Guys 27th Summit Racing Nationals presented by PPG. All this weekend at the Ohio Expo Center in Columbus. Over 6,000 of the nation's baddest hot rods, muscle cars, and trick trucks. Don't miss Good Guys autocross racing action. A tire-smoking burnout competition. A pro street takeover. Earth-shaking nitro thunderfest. Meet the top builders in the industry and more. All this weekend at the Ohio Expo Center. Details at good-guys.com.
Delaware County Veterans Services is ready to help you access VA benefits, emergency financial assistance, dental and medical grants, transportation, and more. Give Delaware County Veterans Services a call, 740-833-2010 to schedule an appointment.
When life is on hold due to a painful injury or condition, every day counts. Start the path to recovery now with Central Ohio's most trusted team of orthopedic experts. Start with orthopedic1.com.
Road trip! This summer at Tire Discounters, your tires are your passport to savings because you're driving to Paris,
Texas,
then it's off to Rome,
Georgia,
and you'll be kissing the Blarney Stone in Dublin,
Ohio.
Right now, save up to $494 when you buy 4 tires, and that includes a free alignment and oil change. Stop at Tire Discounters before you see the world.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone for Window Nation. Did you know their co-founders are Ohio natives? Yeah. Window Nation has been replacing windows in the Columbus region for over 15 years. Not only does Window Nation know what windows work best for Ohio homeowners like you, they're also local to the area. And right now, you can take advantage of Window Nation's biggest sale of the year. Get 50% off all window styles, plus 0 interest for 5 whole years. You heard that right. With Window Nation, you won't pay any interest until 2030. Plus, they'll install your new windows in 1 day or less, so you can get back to your daily routine right away. Personally, I wouldn't procrastinate. You don't want to wait on this deal. It's a trustworthy company like Window Nation, getting your windows in 1 day or less. 50% off all window styles now, plus 0 interest until 2030 with Window Nation. Call them up, 866-90NATION, or visit windownation.com to get your free quote on replacement windows. 866-90NATION or windownation.com. And tell them T-Bone sent you.
Imagine what it would feel like getting tackled head-on by a 240-pound linebacker. You'd be in serious pain, right? But if you're unbuckled in a car crash, at just 50 miles an hour, you become a deadly projectile that can slam into other passengers with 8 times that amount of force. Don't let someone else take the hit. Buckle up and visit buckleup.ohio.gov to learn more. Brought to you by ODOT and ODPS.
Did you know even the smallest increase in mortgage rates can cost you thousands of dollars over the life of your loan? Hi, I'm Mark Stefanski, Chairman and CEO of Third Federal. It's true, even a 0.25% change in rate can cost you thousands of dollars over the life of your mortgage. But with Third Federal's new Early Rate Lock, you don't have to take chances. Early Rate Lock is the only pre-approval that locks in your rate at pre-approval, even before you find a house. Plus, we're so confident that our rates are the lowest, if you find a lower rate, we'll beat it or give you $1,000. And for a limited time, get pre-approved with Third Federal and we'll pay all of your closing costs. So don't wait. Call Third Federal today.
Right now at Third Federal, even before you find a home, lock in 6.44% APR 6.47% on a 30-year fixed-rate purchase mortgage. Visit thirdfederal.com or call 1-800-3rd-FED today. APR reflects 15% down for $350,000 loan amount. Rate requires automatic payment program and is subject to change. Restrictions apply. 0 closing costs on low-cost loans only. See conditions for lowest rate guarantee at thirdfederal.com. Equal housing lender.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan.
Good afternoon. This is Paul Keels at Wimbledon today. Top men's seed Yannick Sinner has advanced by walkover when his opponent
Gregor Dimitrov suffered an injury. Meanwhile, it was American Ben Sutton, ranked 10th, who moved into the quarters for the first time ever with a win over Lorenzo Sonego. And 7-time Wimbledon champ Novak Djokovic moved up with a win over Alex de Minaur. Indiana Pacers today confirmed the point guard Tyrese Halliburton will miss all of next season because of the torn Achilles tendon that he suffered in Game 7 of the NBA Finals against Oklahoma City. Cleveland Guardians try and snap a 10-game losing streak when they begin a series at Houston tonight. Cincinnati Reds will try and break a 2-game skid hosting Miami. This update brought to you by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call Dr. Mark Levy's office at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or visit him online at sleepbettercolumbus.com. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Their favorite basketball players are Leaky Black and Grady Dick.
That is childish nonsense.
You're listening to Common Man and Timmy.
His dumb show, mine is Timmy today, brought to you by the Hinder Motor Company. That's okay, because Adam King is here, and he's just as stupid.
That's spot on. Thank you for that.
How you doing, King?
I've been better. I was just called stupid.
Come on, you're called much worse than that.
That's very true.
Look, there's a shelf life on everything. Mike Rizzo and Dave Martinez of the Washington Nationals fired today. Rizzo was the GM and sort of architect of that team. They won the World Series back in 2019. Dave Martinez was the manager. Mike Rizzo was the GM for that. However, they're in last place. They have the number 1 pick in the draft next week. And apparently ownership said, I don't trust these guys to fix the problem. And so even though they won a World Series 6 years ago now, see you later.
I am a firm believer. If you reach the mountaintop, you get to go out on your own terms.
What do you have in your mouth? You have a sucking candy in your mouth while we're doing this segment, don't you?
My throat was hurting a little bit.
You have a lozenge?
You can't tell.
I can tell. Obviously you can, because I could hear it rattling around like dentures in your mouth, Dave Kaler.
I didn't think you could tell. I do this on air every now and then when I'm doing sports. My throat hurts.
Well, the difference is you have no viewers. We actually have people listening to this show. Have some respect. What's the matter?
I was going to spit in that cup. It's got batteries in it everywhere. There's just a cup full of batteries.
You can't spit in a random person's cup.
It's obviously not a person's cup. It's just got batteries.
We got our mouse batteries that we have to replace in here.
I didn't know that was a thing.
See? You don't have to comment on the Washington Nationals. That's the end of that.
No, I was commenting.
Oh, my God. Is this what I sound like when I have it in my mouth?
Oh, so you do it on radio every now.
He used to always put his warm pocket mint in.
At the end of the show?
At the end of the show, yes.
You have a warm pocket mint?
I take 4 Lifesaver mints, individually wrapped, put them in my pocket for the day, and then I ration them.
Can I interest you in your own TLC show? Because you are an enigma.
And it has to be the Peppo-Mint. The Winto Green tastes like Pepto-Bismol.
Is it from Pepto? It's the Pepto-Mint? I'm confused.
It tastes like Pepto-Bismol. Have you had Pepto before?
Yes, I've had Pepto.
Okay,
I'm an American.
It tastes...
I mean, yeah. I
drink whiskey and Pepto.
I mean, that's how
America.
Welcome to my country. You eat bad stuff, you drink Pepto, and you move on. And you move on. You take a shot of Pepto and you get on with your life.
It's the way you said that.
That's how it feels.
Of course I'm American, not some commie.
Yeah. Come on now. Well,
what do you have to say about my mints? What's wrong with my mints?
I just think that's so. There's so many layers to you.
Oh, I'm an artichoke, unsightly.
It's you just putting warm mints in your mouth.
No, they're in my pocket, and it's my pocket. It's not like I'm not taking them out of Ted's pocket.
Well, I'd appreciate you not. We asked you stop taking mints out of other people's
Teddy,
pockets.
if I made that part of your job description, now it's time for you to hold my mints in your pocket and warm them up for me. Would you draw the line at that, or would you happily do it?
No, I would do it, but as long as you don't, take them out of my pocket.
You don't want me to reach my hand into your pocket?
Really need pool going on in there, you know?
I got one hand in my pocket.
And another. Sorry. I don't know the rest. I just know the word another. What's the rest of the song?
The other one's giving
a peace sign.
Oh, there we go. Thanks, guys. Common man is like an onion, someone said. They're exactly right. Onions have layers. Common man has layers.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
So do you have a mint in your pocket right now?
I went a little too crazy with the mints today. They're all gone.
Oh, my gosh.
I had Chipotle for lunch. No, put the mint back in your mouth.
Oh, you don't want my mint?
Disgusting pig.
Oh, okay.
I do have some Ricolas at my desk in case of emergency.
Ricola.
I want to talk about 16-year-old girls for a minute.
Well, that was odd.
No. Teddy's all nervous. Relax.
Yeah, Ted has called the FCC.
Sergei Fedorov's not coming on. Relax, Teddy.
Alrighty then.
Did you have a van that you pulled in with today? Or
the white van with no windows. I'm at the store yesterday. I have reached that age in my life where I can't tell how old anybody is.
Teddy, this is still white man territory, just to be clear.
He's
not gotten anywhere.
I'm with my wife. I see this girl with car keys, get in the car. I was ready to call the police. I said to my wife, why is this 10-year-old girl driving this car? She's 16 years old. There's no way this chick is 16 years old. It looked like a 10-year-old driving the car. And then I realized that we all look like that. When we first started driving cars, we all look like we shouldn't be driving cars.
Well, so sometimes, obviously, with our job, we go back to college campuses and cover stories. And I'll look around and I'm like, did I look 12 when I was in college? Like, it's just crazy.
And now you have kids. I have them. You don't have them that you know of. But
I know of them.
You see them.
Just don't talk about it.
You're like, I can't believe this kid is of driving age. I can't believe it.
Doesn't that just absolutely stress you out that they're on the road?
Yes, it does.
Yeah. I mean, it scares me that Ted's on the road at his age, but then you got to go to the other side.
The other side of it is I'm terrified when I see old people get in cars. There's a guy who can't walk, but he's getting in that car.
Listen, my Meemaw just turned 90 years old.
And can I tell you something? There's no way Meemaw should be allowed to drive.
And the other day, my dad's talking to me. He's like, yeah, well, she drives to church and she drives to the store. I said, what? He's like, yeah, she needs her car. She drives.
No, she doesn't need her car.
Take those keys and throw them in. I love Meemaw. Meemaw is great. Meemaw behind the wheel. She's like 4'8", and she's driving a car.
No, can't have that.
If you're in Zanesville, Ohio, watch out
for Meemaw.
Look out.
I had a Big Aunt Mary. She was called Big Aunt Mary because it was also a Little Aunt Mary.
Boy, that's tough. I think I'd rather be Little Aunt Mary.
Big Aunt Mary was my grandmother's sister. Okay? Little Aunt Mary was my grandmother's daughter.
So they were named Big and Little because of age.
Age,
gotcha, not size.
For example, I have a cousin 10 years younger than me. He's Little Michael. I'm Big Michael. He's 6'4". So there's nothing big about me except my waistline, and there's nothing little about him. I don't know how we adopted these big little things in my family, but anyway, we got Big Aunt Mary. My sister and I took a trip to see Big Aunt Mary. She was living in a condo
down by the river,
and she had a big-ass Cadillac. Just, you picture an old person's apartment, furniture from the 50s, and just a huge Cadillac.
Okay.
She was getting up there in age.
I want to take you to the store I like.
Okay. So we get in the Cadillac. I swear to God, I've never been more frightened in my life. And this was an everyday occurrence for her. Stop signs, King, mere suggestions.
Optional.
I mean, I don't know how mathematically it's possible that we rolled through so many stop signs and we didn't get hit somewhere, like there wasn't cross traffic somewhere.
I like to think that people know about Meemaw and know about Big Aunt Mary. They see the Cadillac coming. They're like, well, it's
either a drug dealer or it's Big Aunt Mary.
Big Aunt Mary. And everybody has the right of way and has a way to go around stop signs unless Big Aunt Mary's there. She's clear the road. It's like
we can't have separate rules for Big Aunt Mary and Meemaw.
Listen.
We got to take their keys away.
They've got places to be.
You had a good life.
You're telling me that my Meemaw can't go to Pick and Save and get herself a bag of Conn's potato chips because you don't want to get hit on the road? Is that what you're telling me?
Why don't we save all the money that we're going to save in insurance settlements? And we have some sort of Uber for old people where they just drive around and they take old people to church. They take them to the store. They take them to get the rollers put in their hair.
Do you know what sounds more fun? You have an old person drive those.
No.
You drive the service.
Well, we got rid of Meemaw's car, but the person picking her up is 109.
I think we should have an Uber with Meemaw. Do you want to ride in Zanesville, Ohio, and take a little stroll?
I just say, man, there's a lot of people that wait in line at Kings Island for the scariest ride in the world. That ride with Big Aunt Mary that one day in the big-ass Cadillac, I thought I was done for. I thought I was finished. But then we took her keys. Took our keys away.
That's
we
a
did
good
it
call.
for my grandfather, too, when he was alive. He went out to the garage every single day and said, where the hell's my car? We took it away from you.
You can't have it anymore.
But it was news to him every day. Where's my car? We told you yesterday. It's gone.
It's gone forever.
The next day, where's my car? This is why we had to take it.
We've put $100 down for Ubers anywhere you want to go. Just use the Uber.
As long as we couched it by saying, and there's a new jug of Carlo Rossi on the kitchen table.
There you go.
He'd be fine with it.
So you're little Mike? Big Mike?
Little Michael.
Wait, you said you were Big Michael.
Big Michael. Yes,
Can I call you
right.
Big Mike from here on out?
No.
What about BM? I'll call you BM.
Bowel movement.
BM. There it is.
Had a good BM today, Teddy. Ooh, doggy. Put some handlebars on that baby.
Were you looking at some Salsa Verde? I hear that moves things along.
Oh, the ACC. The ACC says they're stable. Don't believe them. I'll tell you why. And more tales about sucking candies and great ants coming up next. Colin Mann and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
We've got some flooding that's in the two left lanes on westbound 270 on the North Outer Belt between 23 and 315, causing about a 5-minute delay there. And there's a couple minute slowdown on westbound 70 downtown between the 71 East and West split. This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
It's Leslie from Pella Columbus.
I'm Wilson from that other window place.
Wilson, I got the nicest Google review today. Dewey from Gahanna said, "We cannot believe we are able to get the Pella look and quality at the cost we did."
I got a review too. Listen to this. These windows were great. Oh boy. For about a year. Looks like I'll need to renew, in quotes for some reason, my windows way too soon. Repeat customer?
Get the window that homeowners rated the leading window brand in Columbus at PellaColumbus.com.
Hey, is that knee, shoulder, hip, that pain in any of your joints not getting better? You're stuck in this cycle where you keep going back to the doctor. They recommend steroid shots. Maybe they recommend surgery, rehab, and all of those things are not working for you. Before you go down the road of the surgery, you'll want to listen to this. Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. I want to tell you something that helped me a ton. It'll help a lot of other people get their lives back as well. And this is no more meds and not going under the knife. I'm talking about my friends at QC Kinetics, Real Regenerative Medicine. They help your body heal itself. After years of playing professional football, I was beat up. My dad was beat up. I didn't know what to do. I didn't want to have any more surgery. So I went to my friends at QC Kinetics, and they took a look at it, and they said, hey, we can help you with your knee. It's not going to be an overnight fix, but they've got protocols and procedures to help get you well without going under the knife. So here's what you do. Call 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. They have offices all over Columbus.
Road trip! This summer at Tire Discounters, your tires are your passport to savings because you're driving to Paris,
Texas,
then it's off to Rome,
Georgia,
and you'll be kissing the Blarney Stone in Dublin,
Ohio.
Right now, save up to $494 when you buy 4 tires, and that includes a free alignment and oil change. Stop at Tire Discounters before you see the world.
Bobby Carpenter here with the Riverside Bank of Dublin Sports Money Report. Ozzie and Daniel Silna made one of the greatest deals in NBA history. In the 70s, they owned the Spirits of St. Louis of the ABA. When the NBA and ABA merged, they offered the Silna brothers a couple of million to go away, but instead, the Silnas negotiated a piece of future television revenue. We all know how TV contracts are these days, and the Silna brothers made a total of $800 million from the NBA. Chuck Moore, CEO, and Travis Sanders, president of Riverside Bank of Dublin, talk about deal making for local businesses in our community.
Thank you, Bobby. Being a local bank has its benefits. We have experience making deals in this town, and with our local processing and underwriting, we're agile enough to move at the speed of business. Travis, share how we treat our clients.
We advise our clients on risk mitigation, long-term financial stability, and market conditions to help them make informed decisions. The Silnas knew something the MBA didn't. Let our experience and local expertise help guide you in your business.
Tune in every day for the Riverside Bank of Dublin Sports Money Report. Visit their office at 6300 France Road in Dublin or online at riverside.bank.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Join Timmy Hall for Buckeye Replay.
Saturday at 1 on the Classic Game Zone.
football history.
Sponsored by Weber Grills.
This week, Ohio State kicks the crap out of Wisconsin in the 2014 Big Ten title game. The Fan.
Imagine what it would feel like getting tackled head-on by a 240-pound linebacker. You'd be in serious pain, right? But if you're unbuckled in a car crash, at just 50 miles an hour, you become a deadly projectile that can slam into other passengers with 8 times that amount of force. Don't let someone else take the hit. Buckle up and visit buckleup.ohio.gov to learn more. Brought to you by ODOT and ODPS.
Got a teen athlete? Then you know putting in the hours is all part of the game. But did you know the same goes for learning how to drive? Because just like playing a sport, learning to drive takes practice. The only difference is the stakes are even higher. 50 hours of practice time driving with you? Worth every minute. Gear up at teachyourteentodrive.ohio.gov.
Viking, dedicated to creating travel experiences for the thinking person, with programs designed for cultural enrichment on board and on shore. Discover more at Viking.com.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Scattered showers and thunderstorms today, some with heavy downpours. Otherwise, skies will be mostly to partly cloudy with our highs in the upper 80s. For tonight, more of an isolated chance of showers and storms, otherwise mostly cloudy with lows in the 70s. And for Tuesday, again, an isolated chance of showers and thunderstorms, otherwise partly sunny with highs in the upper 80s. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfolo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
The ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus is the official sportsbook of Common Man and Timmy. Weekdays at 3. The Fan.
One watches QVC religiously. The other studies Paige Spirinak's golf swing. This is Man and Timmy.
I want to talk to you about my friends at Tri-State Men's Health. You know, I walked outside yesterday. I was tending to my garden. I saw 2 bumblebees on top of each other, just, I assume, fornicating.
I thought it was supposed to be the birds and the bees.
They weren't around. Just the bees.
Just the bees?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was thinking to myself, well, good for him. And hopefully good for her. I hope she enjoyed it, or at least consented to it. I don't know. Bumblebee consent? I have no idea. Anywho, 'tis the season for lovemaking, is what I was trying to say. And if you're having some problems with your stinger, then I want you to go see my friends at Tri-State Men's Health. Summer should be a time for relaxing, romance, unforgettable. Don't let your ED keep you from making the most of it. Not when help is this easy to get. Because most men, they think they can solve the problem themselves. They smack it, they flip it, they flick it. It's not good. It's not good for anybody, including the bumblebees. I'm staring at King while I'm doing this, too.
Can you stop staring into my soul?
Staring at him.
Goodness gracious. Terrified.
Call my friends at TriStateMen'sHealth.com. What? Go to TriStateMen'sHealth.com or call them 800-900-9654. Promo code Bumblebee Lovemaking.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think people actually use those promo codes when they go?
I hope they do.
And what happens? Like what happens when they walk up to the front desk and say that?
This one again. All right. I know you heard about the show. Or heard about the thing.
I can't speak. How you doing, King?
What'd you tease for this segment?
ACC, the same thing I teased for last segment, but I didn't get to because I'm not a professional.
Yeah, well, that's because I had a mint in my mouth.
So we had Clemson, we had Florida State all threatening to leave the ACC. They settled their litigation, and there's this whole picture that was painted about, oh, look how hunky-dory. Everybody is in the ACC now. They're very stable. However, that's a big, giant lie. Because The Athletic was privy to the 68-page agreement between the schools and the ACC following public records requests from both schools. And it formalizes the conference's withdrawal fees and sheds more light into how the league will distribute money based on TV viewership. Now, here's what it would cost for schools if they decide they want to leave the ACC. Under the settlement, the cost to leave for the 25-26 fiscal year, which will not happen, is $165 million, drops by $18 million annually. The figure stays at $75 million from 2030 to 31 through 2036, the final year of the contract, which is their media contract. Those terms are the same as the one presented in March when trustees at Clemson and Florida State approved the settlement's framework. Every ACC school and the league signed the agreement in May. Florida State and Clemson and the conference formally dismissed their lawsuits last month. So there are still buyouts in place, although expensive. Breaking news, television rights fees will only continue to go up. And Big Ten and the SEC making a ton of money.
You know what I don't understand is how these schools operate at a deficit. All this money.
They have to operate at a deficit or else they have to pay taxes, and it jeopardizes their nonprofit status.
But they operate at a big deficit. Like
they got smart accountants, King. I don't know what to tell you.
I think they need to call me in. Put me in the bullpen. I can handle this.
However, the caveat,
you need to make $1 less.
The caveat in this is there's officially something in the contract called an option of limited withdrawal.
Oh, the old option of a limited withdrawal.
So in this scenario, suppose at least 6-member schools want to leave the same sport to join a what they call single sport league, conference, or other association alongside other schools. In that case, they will owe $75 million or 50% of the current withdrawal figure, whichever is greater. In practice, that would allow, say, Florida State, Clemson, Miami, North Carolina, a few other top programs to leave for a super league in football while remaining ACC members in basketball, baseball, and every other sport. So if a formation of a super league happens and at least 6 of your schools say, we want to get out of this ACC and join the super league, there is an out in the clause for such a thing to happen.
I don't care about any changes in college sports whatsoever except for one thing.
What's that?
A super league. That is what scares me. A super conference. That's when you lose college football.
You haven't lost it already?
Nope. Not even a little bit. Nope.
Well, why does the super league scare you then?
Because a super conference changes the actual scope of what a Saturday in the fall looks like. Nothing at this point has changed anything about what a Saturday in the fall looks like. But if you do a super conference, it's all over. You become the NFL. Because there's a reason that when the Cowboys lose to the Packers on a Sunday in the middle of October, they're mad. But then on Monday, you go to work and you don't hate your life. You're like, okay, well, we'll figure it out. We got next week against whoever. When the Buckeyes lose, everybody's upset because the regular season means more. And as long as you don't have a super conference, you will still have the meaning of the regular season. But once you get to the super conferences and
So you're telling me that right now, where you have 18 teams in this Big Ten and USC's in there and all that, that doesn't bother you?
Not even a little bit. You know why? Because I know at the end of the day, I can still argue that the Big Ten and SEC, who's better, who's that. I can argue that the ACC's garbage, the Big 12's this.
But you don't have to argue about that anymore. You can actually argue about which team is better.
No.
Based on a common schedule that you play.
If you go to super conferences, you have ruined college football. Until that day, everything's fine. I don't care. The second that it sounds so stupid, but the second Ohio State stops playing games like Illinois and Northwestern and Maryland and going on a Saturday trip in the middle of November to Minnesota, that's when you lose college football.
You can still do that because a lot of those schools will be in your super conference.
But you won't.
What do you mean, but you won't?
You won't.
You think every week you're playing the Alabamas of the world?
Then let me ask you this. What is the point of winning the conference if you're in a super conference? Because do you know how this works? I know how this works.
Because that's the only way you go to the playoffs, and you control the playoffs because you're the super conference.
So then all that matters is the end result.
Well, yeah, but you have to get to the end result. You have to qualify for the playoffs.
If we're going to a super conference, we're going to have 35 teams in. Ohio State's going to be guaranteed just because they've never lost more than 3 games in a season. I just think that there is an excitement about the fact that everybody's a little split up during the regular season. For 9 weeks out of the year, everybody plays their own conference. And then we come back together. And we say, all right, this is the best of that conference, this is the best of that, this is the best of that. Now let's see who's the best in the country.
I am a traditionalist by nature. I think Teddy can back me up on this, right? I mean, I'm usually the guy that sides with, tradition and old-time rivalries and all that. But I can't. See, everything's changed so much to this point. What's a little bit more? That's where I am.
No, that's how I feel. But that's the line. That's not a little bit more. That's a whole new sport. That's what you've created. You've created an entirely new concept.
You essentially have schools paying contracts to guys right now.
I do not care because here's the thing. It doesn't change the on-field performance. It's the same reason that I got frustrated with the Michigan thing more than other issues in college football. I don't care if you're going to argue about the Pony Express and paying players, or everybody did it. But I have a problem when you change what happens on the field.
But you do to a certain extent because listen to me, because a guy like Will Howard never would have been in this program previously under the old rules of college football. He was a rent-a-quarterback, and you went out and won a national championship with a rent-a-quarterback.
Don't call Will Howard that. Don't you dare.
On
you take that back right now.
2024 rules.
You take that back right now.
So how does that not change the product on Saturday? Now, it worked out for the better because you don't win that title without Will Howard.
I'm not sitting there on a Saturday, even if they were playing I don't know, even if Alabama had a rent-a-quarterback and they're playing, I'm not thinking, we're playing a rent-a-quarterback. This is stupid. You're not thinking that way. You're not. That's not.
You know what I think when Ohio State recruits a quarterback now?
What?
What's the difference? We're probably not going to use him anyway.
Well, that's why I am out on recruiting. People who get upset about recruiting, you're going to have to find something new. Because these guys are going one place for a year. You know when I'm shocked about recruiting? Someone like Dylan Stewart. I thought Ohio State, he would enter the transfer portal after a year at South Carolina and maybe come to Ohio State. I just thought that could happen. When he committed to go to South Carolina again and stay there, I thought, wow, Ohio State really missed on that guy. But in the new world look at Caleb Downs. Everyone, oh my gosh, they lost out on Caleb Downs. Guess where Caleb Downs is going to finish his college career? Ohio State. Recruiting means nothing anymore. That I'll give you. I'm off.
I like how passionate you are about this, and I'm trying to meet you where you live.
Yeah, but you can't.
But I can't justify that Saturdays won't be the same without Maryland. Can't justify that.
You know what?
Because you can sub in SMU for Maryland.
I don't care about
and I'll
SMU.
be perfectly.
I don't care about
I don't care about Maryland.
I care about
And can I tell you
Maryland.
something? Other than 10 years ago, we didn't care about Maryland either. They were in the ACC.
I cared about Maryland the day that they put that Big Ten patch on their chest.
Like how you're going to bat for Maryland. Were they in the ACC? Where the hell were they?
They were in the ACC.
That's
You're
right.
You nailed it. The Turtles.
Me
and Tony Petiti.
And Mike Loxley. He looks like he takes some serious craps, doesn't he?
I bet he eats a lot of salsa verde.
He's got to break the toilet when he sits down on one of those things.
Is he still their coach?
Yes, for now.
Okay.
I don't know how. Bad. Urban is considering a new college job. Details in 2 minutes. Don't go anywhere, King. Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
There's a 5-minute slowdown on westbound 70 on the west side between Central Avenue and Fisher Road. And you're also going to hit a 5-minute delay on northbound 71 on the north side between 670 and 17th Avenue. This report is sponsored by COSI. Unofficial Galaxies Star Wars exhibit open through Labor Day. Unofficial Galaxies has arrived and is now open at COSI through Labor Day. An incredible collection of characters, stunning designs from one of the most beloved sci-fi franchises of all time. Unofficial Galaxies now open at COSI. Get your tickets now at COSI.org. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by RCD RV Supercenter. Declare your independence on the open road with RCD RV. July 5th through 19th. Shop 650 plus RVs now at rcdrv.com.
Cool cars, cool people, good time. It's the biggest and best hot rodding event of the year. The Good Guys 27th Summit Racing Nationals presented by PPG. All this weekend at the Ohio Expo Center in Columbus. Over 6,000 classics from across the USA. Shop the swap meet at Huge Fender Midway. See which rides take home the crown of the 2025 Classic Instrument Street Rods and PPG Street Machine of the Year. All this weekend at the Ohio Expo Center. Details at good-guys.com.
If your garage door is so ugly that Google Street View blurred it out, we are Deluxe Door Systems. For 30 years, transforming the look of people's homes with beautiful Clopay doors. Straightforward, honest, and for less than you think. DeluxeDoorSystems.com.
The Columbus Zoo invites you to follow the footsteps and the tales of animals from around the world. Explore our newest region, North America Trek. So what are you waiting for? Get your tail to our trails only at your Columbus Zoo.
Hollywood Casino Columbus is bringing the funny this summer. Tiffany Haddish takes the mic on Friday, July 18th with the Funny and Fearless Tour. Then Dion Cole Live hits the stage Friday, September 5th for a night of nonstop laughs. 2 comedy icons, 2 unforgettable nights. Get your friends, grab a drink, and get ready to laugh all night long. Big names, big laughs, only at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Tickets available at Ticketmaster. Visit HollywoodColumbus.com for more details. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
Common Man and Timmy is sponsored by Hinderer Motorsports. Listen every weekday from 3 to 6. They're good, clean boys. The Fan.
A show you can feel deep down in your plums.
No, that is a bad place to touch. No.
This is Common Man and Timmy.
Adam King in for Timmy today. He's going to tell us all about the food that he ate in Spain coming up at 4:46 with Foodgasm.
10 out of 10 recommend bread.
Yeah, breaking news. Bread is good.
It's not good here in the States, but they figured it out.
It is good. You just don't know where to get it.
They figured it out overseas. They got something going on with their bread.
You don't know where to get the bread. I'll tell you what. Again, you come over to my house.
Quit inviting me over so I'll eat your whatever.
You're not invited.
You're going to give me those mushrooms and I'm going to be dead.
I make a focaccia bread.
Oh, my gosh. And another layer.
Your pants fly right off your body.
Again, that's not how eating should work.
Waste runs right down your leg because you're so... The problems of the world are gone. I'm telling you right now, Trump is with Netanyahu today. If they had a piece of this bread, it's all over.
You're telling me this is world peace bread?
I'm telling you, this bread is so good. It's like fried on the bottom with olive oil, and it shatters when you eat it.
Well, bring it in.
But then there's nooks and crannies on the inside. Fluffy, delicious. Covered with coarse sea salt and some oregano, maybe some olives, maybe some tomatoes, whatever you want. What are you doing?
I'm looking up focaccia bread to see what I'm...
First of all, it's not focaccia bread.
What did I say?
It's focaccia.
It's focaccia. It's a maybe a focaccia?
Urban Meyer.
Looks good.
He's eaten my bread before. Made it for him when they won the national championship.
He said, why is this random thing on my doorstep?
He didn't get it. Shelley ate it first.
There you go.
Urban Meyer was considering a new college football role. He said on a recent episode of the Triple Option podcast that he actually agreed to meet with an unidentified school to learn about what a college football GM role would entail. He said, I had a school come see me this year, asked if I wanted to be the GM, and a couple other phone calls. You start to think, okay, they actually came to see me, so we'll meet. I'll sit down with you guys. I said, okay, what's the job description? They said, basically, you meet with all the agents of 17 and 18-year-olds. I thought I'd rather step on a rusty nail and pull it out myself. Now, as we've learned from Urban and other college football coaches, from pain comes pleasure. I mean, Urban was the guy who was on the sidelines holding his head. He was still out there.
I don't think he meant that in an exciting way, that he would rather step on a nail. I don't think he was excited.
Well, can I tell you something? He was intrigued enough to talk to these people and inquire what the job was. Well, also, how does a guy that has a college football podcast, has been around the game as long as he has, and is on TV every single week, not know what a GM does in college football?
Yeah, I mean, I'll say this. I like to think that Urban is just such a traditionalist that he's not paying attention to any of that stuff. He's just ignoring he knows what's going on with the NIL stuff, but that would hurt any man's head to try to comprehend everything that's going on. Mark Pantoni is the Ohio State GM. That man is the hardest working man in America. Nobody wants that job. Because you're right. I mean,
clearly somebody wants that job. He wants that job.
Well, and because he's very good at it. But I'm saying, like, if I offered you that job, would you want to deal with agents of high school kids for the rest of your life?
Have to take a pay cut.
That's accurate.
Can't afford me.
That is spot on.
The answer is
no. Offer him all the focaccia bread. Hey, come here. I've got the world's best focaccia.
I don't want to do that either. But I also don't want to sit in some 17-year-old's room with his parents and blow smoke up their ass for a living. But that's what they did. That's what coaches do.
No. What coaches did was try to promise the NFL. Promise a good program, we'll take care of your son, and also we can try to get him to the next level.
Are you reading from the handbook?
I am. It actually says what to say when they ask what coaches are doing. Yeah. No, I just can't even envision this new world of college football and being in charge. I mean, just the amount of phone calls that happen. Well, he called me and he offered me $4 million now, so you guys got to find it in your budget. I'd hang up in 2 seconds.
First of all, Urban's not going to have to do all of that stuff. All right? He's more of the figurehead. Like Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck is running the show at Stanford, isn't he? Isn't he the GM at Stanford?
Yeah.
You think Andrew Luck's saying, okay, now...
Come on, you got to have a better...
Hi, Andrew Luck here.
There you go.
Yeah, well, you need to promise us 7 Instagram posts during this time. He's not doing that. He's got people doing that for him. Andrew Luck makes the big phone call. He impresses you. He's Andrew Luck. That's what Urban Meyer would do.
Does he impress you?
I mean, I don't care. Some people are impressed by him.
Andrew Luck calls you. Don't you just, the first thing you say, he's like, hey, you should come play for Stanford. And you say, did you really retire that young? Like, what'd you do that for? Tell me about that, and then maybe I'll consider your school.
I don't think you would if he called you. Oh, yes, Mr. Luck.
He ain't calling me. I tried in the game. I couldn't get Andrew on the phone. I stuck with Northwestern.
That's what Urban would do. Be the figurehead.
I mean, I will say, Urban Meyer calls you, you're picking up that phone.
Absolutely, you're picking up that phone.
And it's hard to say no. And he seems like the kind of guy that would be on the phone with you until you said yes.
Michigan.
It's a state.
Who is this guy? This is corner Dorian Barney. He's making declarations. He says, I will not lose to Ohio State while I'm there. Is this a 2026 guy? This is a class of 2026 guy.
He's not even on campus
yet?
yet?
Even there yet.
Nice.
But he's already proclaiming he will not lose. He said, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I get a little, Jeremiah Smith just made it.
I know he did.
And I get a little, what else do you want him to say? Like, there's nothing else. Like, if you're going to ask him, hey, how do you feel about the Ohio State-Michigan game? You ever going to lose to those guys? Yeah, I'm going to probably lose. I mean, it's a good series. No, he's going to say that crap. It's a high schooler that's trying to get on a radio show in Columbus, Ohio to get you fired up, and now you did it. Now
I'm not fired up.
You are. Look at you.
I'm not.
You've got a vein popping out of you. For those that are driving in the car.
Out, but it's not in my forehead. Bust a vein.
I don't care. I just can't stand
I've
the
seen proclamations like this before.
Yeah.
Mike Hart comes back. I'm going to do it.
Yeah, that one.
Or I cut my testicles off. It's like, all right, well, you still got your testicles and you didn't win.
That is accurate in both terms. And then he went back to Michigan. Was he on the roster when they won?
No.
He was their coach or something.
Oh, he the coaching staff?
That's what I meant. Yeah,
yes,
he was. I'm just tired of the declarations. Just quit asking people that stuff. You know what?
I think Ryan Day should come out tomorrow.
Oh, really?
Say, I've done it all. I have done it all. Right? Won a national championship. He's done it. Won the first ever 12-team college football playoff. Hosted a home site playoff game. Got pepper sprayed on the field. Whatever. I've done it all. There's only one thing left for me to do.
Got pepper sprayed on the field.
And that is beat Michigan. And if I don't beat Michigan this year, right after the game, I will retire. I will retire, and that'll be the end of my coaching career. Thank you.
Ryan, if you're listening.
I would respect the balls of that.
Ryan, if you're listening, there's no need to do that.
There is a need to do that.
You're a national champion coach.
He's a competitor.
You know my thought on the Michigan game? Have I told you my thought? Who cares? Move on. You got to quit making it so big. Quit crossing out the sign on Sawmill Boulevard. I can't even get home at night because Sawmill, they've crossed out the M. It's the middle of July. They still haven't taken the red tape down.
You forgot what street?
I don't know.
You go down every single day, you idiot.
It's Sawmill now. And so I've had enough of it. We have made this game so much bigger than it needs to be that it has overcomplicated the whole thing. Now, once we win again, I will tell you it is the biggest game of all time and truly amazing that they won. But got to take a deep breath because guess what? You won a national title and you didn't win the game. And I don't think there are a lot of people around here that remember that game right now. I know there are a lot of people that hate that take, but when it is, and first of all, let me just say this because I have to say this when I get that take. I grew up in Columbus. I grew up every week where Michigan Week was like a whole celebration in our elementary school where you got ready for it.
And that was just last year.
That was just 2 weeks ago. The bigger you make the game, the more that you put the pressure on of the game, the more you're letting Sharon Moore and that team win. You are the better team. You are the better program. Just go out there and treat it like it is the Indiana game, and you will win, and you will be dominant again.
Can I tell you something? If you're truly great, you want that pressure. It doesn't scare you.
Well, I don't think you want the pressure, but I do think that there is a world where...
Breathe the pressure.
Pressure's a privilege. I do...
You sound like Michigan when they couldn't win the game, talking about how it doesn't matter and Michigan State's our real rival.
Well, no,
anyway.
that's not how I feel.
I'm just saying, you're sounding like that to me. Why can't we acknowledge both things? They probably don't win the national championship if they don't lose that game last year. I think that was the catalyst.
I would agree with that.
Where they needed to be. However, it's still unacceptable to lose that game.
I think that and maybe it's how I said it, but obviously the chat wants me dead. I think that the concept in my mind is that we as fans will forever know that it is the most important game on the schedule. Now, the argument of would you rather beat Michigan and win a national title is silly. Of course you'd rather win a national title.
I agree with you.
They give out one trophy at the end of the year. But I just think from inside the Woody's perspective, and maybe I'm wrong, but I think allowing that game to not be everything, I think might take, just let the guys go play. And then that week, lock in. All right, here it is. And maybe that's just me trying to find a new way because the last 4 years we have so hyper fixated on it. I mean, think about last year. It didn't matter what they did all year long. All we thought about was that last week in November, which we do every year. But with every loss, it's gotten worse and worse.
That's because there are so many dog games on the schedule that you say you love.
Because of Maryland.
Oh, I can't live without Northwestern and Maryland. So, of course, you talk about the last game of the season.
I'll try anything. I just want to win it again.
Try anything. Including saying things I rarely believe.
Yeah, just want to win again.
Whatever.
You know what? It's like when you're somebody's having a bad day and you're just trying to give them advice halfway through. You're like, I don't know. I just want the problem to be gone.
Foodgasm is coming up next. King went to Spain. Sarah Spain is where he went. And he's going to tell us all the food that he ate at Sarah Spain's house. Coming up next. Colin Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
Watch for a disabled vehicle that's blocking the right lane and causing traffic to back up on westbound 70 on the east side at the 71 East Split. And we still have an accident on Olentangy River Road at Jayson Way Avenue causing holdup there. This report is sponsored by Meineke. Meineke, your one-stop shop for total car care with over 50 years of expertise and financing options that let you fix now and pay over time. You can trust your keys with Meineke. Engines, brakes, tires, oil, Meineke. Doing car care right. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
This radio commercial was made to convince you to stop speeding. We can't use siren sound effects on the radio, so we'll use other equally jarring sound effects to get your attention. Like telling you that whether you drive a little over the speed limit or a lot, you can crash just the same. You could hurt yourself or worse, others.
I'm at the scene of the collision.
And the damage you cause will be beyond repair. See? We didn't have to use crash or siren sounds after all. Speeding catches up with you. Brought to you by NHTSA.
Colin Man here for Universal Windows Direct. Are your leaky windows costing you money? Yes, they are. Right now, when you call my guys at Universal Windows Direct, you get payments as low as $99 a month or 12 months with no payments and no interest. Seriously, upgrade your home now and relax until next year. Call now and get a free in-home window and energy assessment. Choose the payment plan that's right for you. 614-502-5220 or go to universalwindowsdirect.com. Like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Guys, listen up. How many of you out there have been diagnosed with sleep apnea? Maybe your partner can't tolerate you snoring every night. You can't stand your CPAP machine. I totally get it. But the good news is there are alternatives to the CPAP machine. And Dr. Mark Levy is here to change your sleep and your life. Trust me, your significant other will thank you later. Dr. Mark Levy can customize an oral appliance that opens your airways, helps you breathe better, and of course, it stops your snoring. That's the point. It's quick, it's comfortable, and it's an alternative to those bulky, loud CPAP machines you always hear about. For over 15 years, Dr. Mark Levy has led the way when it comes to treating snoring and sleep apnea. And he's helped countless patients breathe easier, sleep better, and live healthier, more energized lives. If you're snoring and not sleeping, you need to call Dr. Mark Levy's office today. Schedule your appointment now with Dr. Mark Levy at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP. That's 1-800-MORE-SLEEP. You can also visit him online at sleepbettercolumbus.com. Once again, that's sleepbettercolumbus.com.
You had a solid retirement dream. Sell your home in a few years, bank the equity, downsize, and travel. But with an unpredictable economy and the future feeling uncertain, you're wondering if that equity will still be there when you're ready. What if you could bank that equity right now? With Truehold, you can sell your home for its current value, so you can access your equity today. You can bank the cash now and stay in the home you love with an easy standard lease. Truehold even covers property taxes, insurance, and repairs. And since Truehold hands over your equity in cash now, it's yours to do whatever you'd like. Don't let a shifting economy put your hard-earned equity at risk. Visit Truehold.com and receive their competitive offer on your home in just 48 hours, based on its current value, not what's coming. Call 1-855-300-9993 or visit Truehold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out on your home's value without moving. That's Truehold.com.
I'm a wife and the mother of 2 kids, and I've got a good job.
Bye, Mom. See you, Mom.
A pretty important job. Because of my family and my job, I really care about this neighborhood. It's a good neighborhood. Yes, there's some crime. And when I drive to work, like now, I realize that some people here don't trust the police. So the police should be reaching out to this community, and this community should reach out to the police. That's the way to make this a safer place. And when I get to work in the precinct house and put on my uniform, I can tell you as a police officer that this department is reaching out to the community, and the community is doing its part. We're building partnerships. This should be happening everywhere. This is how we can all be safer. Get involved. Start the conversation.
Start the conversation and help stop crime. To learn the 5 things you can do, go to ncpc.org/prevent violent crime. A message from the National Crime Prevention Council and the Bureau of Justice Assistance.
Hello, big voice guy here. I've been hired to tell you all about the Fan's YouTube channel. Did you know you can immerse yourself in Buckeye goodness like Austin and Burb's daily podcast, The Beat? Yes, sirree, Bob. Subscribe today.
Guys, it's D. Miller. Don't live with tiredness and low energy. Get your life back with testosterone therapy at Low T Center. Take the test, get fast results, and start your TRT with Columbus's leading experts in men's health. Now it's easier than ever with the new Synergenics Health app, an innovation in healthcare technology you won't find anywhere else. Download now or book an appointment while the test is still free at fixmylowt.com. fixmylowt.com. Once again, that's fixmylowt.com.
Breaking news coming in from Bet365, and it's no surprise. Same game parlay from Bet365 just keeps getting better.
Well, it's even easier to make a bet. Choose from the most popular markets like hits, run line, totals, and home runs. So many to choose from.
Download the app, start building your bet, and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. T&Cs apply.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Panama Ted is being forced to produce this show against his will. You're listening to Common Man and Timmy.
Timmy's off today. He'll be back tomorrow. 10 TV's Adam King is with me. Foodgasm in a second. Before we get to Foodgasm, I'd like to share something about this show. Why I love this show, doing this show every single day, and I love the people who listen to this show. I'm going to have a moment of sentimentality for a second.
Is this real?
It is real.
Okay.
Stick with me for a second.
All right, I'm here.
So yesterday, I'm out and about at the gas station. Had a elderly woman. That's not fair.
Was it Meemaw?
It was not. A woman in her golden years.
That's a good way to put it.
Approach me. I instantly got nervous. Because I'm scared of older women. I thought maybe I cut this woman off and she's going to let me have it. But in fact, she talked about how much she enjoyed the show, particularly when I say things like diarrhea, pee-pee, poo-poo, and fart noises. I'm dead serious.
There you go.
This woman said this to me, and I almost wanted to give her a hug. Because I like it when people who are outside of the air quote demo come up to me and tell me how much they enjoy the show. Really tickles me. Today I come in, I get an email from a wonderful girl who's 9 years old. Her name is Avery. And she said pretty much the same exact thing as this older woman said to me yesterday. And I love how we can have 9-year-old girls and older black women, and then all of you people in between come around and like the show for whatever reason you like it for. Maybe it's the hot take that Adam King just gave you, which is the Michigan game's not important.
I don't think that's what I said.
Or
I
maybe
think that's a way to try to win it.
Maybe it's
Make it
me
less important.
Playing fart noises. Whatever it is.
I mean,
I'm glad that we're all here together. That's all I'm going to say. I'm glad that we're all here.
This person in the chat put it perfectly. Old people love farts too.
That's right. Now, as you get older, sometimes you can't control your farts. A little squirt comes out. That's why we have to wear diapers. I'm looking forward to that, by the way.
I'll tell you this much. I have learned that you have a lot of digestive issues today between just eating things.
I'm open about these things. Most people are very ashamed to talk about these things. I'm not.
But if you are, in fact, eating salsa verde and pooping at the same time, you've got to see someone, my guy.
No, it's so good.
It's not healthy.
It's so good.
It's not healthy.
Man and Timmy present Foodgasm.
Sponsored by Metal Supermarkets. Visit metalsupermarkets.com/Columbus for all your metal needs.
Why are you looking at me like that? She's excited because she's about to eat a plate of food. You sick pervert.
I just like that it's that noise and then it's sponsored by Metal.
They don't know what they got themselves into, man. That's what I tell Bob Capace all the time. Get out while you can, Bob. All right, you went to Spain.
I did.
I assume it's one of the culinary meccas of the world.
It was amazing.
I assume you ensconced yourself in some food. Tell me about it.
I mean, it was in every way just unimaginably delicious. So we'll start with the tapas. I mean, they figured something out there. We, as a country, need to get more into a Chili's mindset. You know, when Chili's has the
triple dipper.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Spain has leaned into that. I don't know if they got it from Chili's, but they did.
They did. They got their whole culinary experience from the triple dipper at Chili's.
And here's the thing. I mean, they are a firm believer. And when the food is done and it's ready in the window, it's coming to you. No sitting around. No, we got to wait on her food to be done before we take the table.
This is hot. It's ready. I'm going to send it to you right now.
It's ready, and it's out. And it is absolutely amazing.
And it doesn't matter if it's not all on time because there's always more food coming.
There's always, you know what, at least 3 different times. At least 3 different times I asked on this trip, are these all the ones we got? Like, I'm stuffed to my mouth, and someone's like, no, we got like 2 more things coming.
Beautiful.
It's the dream. It's the absolute dream.
Talk to me about the bread.
Okay. Let me talk to you.
Do it slow.
They have figured it out over there. They got these things called croissants.
Did you go to Spain or France?
They got this thing called croissants.
Okay.
And the flakiness.
Like how you went to Spain to tell me about a croissant.
And it's just amazing. At one place we went, I was at this called a market, and they had all these foods out, and I said, I want that thing, and it was the size of your head. I had no idea what it was, but it was only €3, and I took a bite. It had cream, it had pineapple, it had
custard,
coconut, it had the flakiness, and this music was weirdly playing.
Of course it was.
In my head.
Everywhere you go.
Everywhere I go. And we as America, we need to figure out bread. Because, like, you know, when bread comes to the table at a restaurant, I'm not a big, like, I'll eat it. But I'm not one of those people that's like, oh my gosh, this bread is amazing. Like, I've got to have more. It's not me. In France or in Spain or in Europe in general, they have figured it out. Because they bring the bread, and I just wanted more bread. It's so airy. It's so soft. It's so beautiful.
But the outside
is so perfectly.
It's a crust on it.
Perfectly crusted.
Crispy.
Crispy. And you know what they don't do?
You bite into the cloud.
You know what they don't do?
What?
They don't take their bread and smother this cold butter that won't spread on top of it.
Well, that's ridiculous. Who's doing that? Animals.
Every restaurant I go to, they're like, here's your bread. and here's your butter. And you take the butter and you try to smear it on
That's
there.
a bad restaurant.
Well, every time I go to Cracker Barrel, there's the...
That's a bad...
No, and that's over there. You know what they say? Hey, here's your bread. Here's a nice little tomato dip we've made for you. Here's a nice little oil we have for you.
They give you the butter. It's whipped butter.
It's whipped. It's whipped. I haven't even mentioned the best part. I fell in love with truffles. I have a newfound love for truffles. They're the greatest thing on earth. Have you ever had a truffle?
You are talking about the candy, the chocolate, or the actual fungus?
The fungus.
Yes,
truffles.
I've had them.
Oh my gosh, they're amazing. If you haven't had a truffle out there, find yourself a store and find yourself a truffle aioli and just get a piece of bread and just load that thing up and just shed a tear. It is absolutely... My last night, I had a truffle pasta, and I cried. I just sat there in the restaurant. The lady asked me to leave. I just cried and said, I've got to go back to Olive Garden. What am I supposed to do with my life?
Salad and breadsticks, though. It's pretty damn good. That's Olive Garden's version of tapas.
I will say this.
Have a little salad, have a little breadstick.
When I was in Spain, I didn't feel like Olive Garden does, because when I'm in Olive Garden, when I'm there, I'm family. Is that their slogan?
I like how we've incorporated Italian cuisine, French cuisine into your Spanish vacation.
Just to be clear,
at no point did I hear about jamon.
Well, jamon.
Did you have some jamon?
I had a ton of jamon. It's just ham.
It's not just ham. They feed on black acorns, you loser.
What is a black acorn?
Makes the hoof black. Then they... It's a special.
You know how many... You know what?
We got to go. Come on.
We got to go?
This is not like TV. We got to actually...
we got to go.
Standards here. What are we doing here?
This was fun.
Ryan Day flips a commit. Details next. Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
We've got traffic slowing down due to an accident that's on westbound 270 on the North Outer Belt after 71. And watch out for another accident that's on eastbound 270's off-ramp to southbound 23 on the South Outer Belt. This report is sponsored by COSI, Unofficial Galaxies Star Wars exhibit open through Labor Day. Unofficial Galaxies has arrived and is now open at COSI through Labor Day. An incredible collection of characters, stunning designs from one of the most beloved sci-fi franchises of all time. Unofficial Galaxies now open at COSI. Get your tickets now at COSI.org. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Hey, it's Austin Ward. Just heard Brandon Beam bragging about finally beating me in golf. Cute story. Let's set the record straight. I lost my 50 pounds with a Wicked 180 first. Brandon saw my results, heard about my golf game, and thought, hey, I better do that too. Sure, Beam had some decent drives last weekend, but who carried the team when the shots really mattered? If your goal is to walk 18, drop 5 pant sizes, reduce your medications, just do exactly what I did. First, choose the solution for weight loss. Awaken180weightloss.com.
If you've ever sprained a thumb because you can't get this dumb garage door to open, we are Deluxe Door Systems. For 30 years, we've fixed crappy garage doors, straightforward, honest, and for less than you think. DeluxeDoorSystems.com.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Imagine what it would feel like getting tackled head-on by a 240-pound linebacker. You'd be in serious pain, right? But if you're unbuckled in a car crash, at just 50 miles an hour, you become a deadly projectile that can slam into other passengers with 8 times that amount of force. Don't let someone else take the hit. Buckle up and visit buckleup.ohio.gov to learn more. Brought to you by ODOT and ODPS.
Hey, it's Anthony. I actually enjoy the off-season. Gives me a chance to be really active, travel, be on the move. But when my back started giving me pain, I wasn't going to just deal with it this time. I went to the Good Feet store. Their personally fit arch supports got my feet into their ideal alignment, and I could already feel the difference in my back immediately. And they educated me. I had no clue we actually have several arches under our feet, and those cushy over-the-counter insoles were not going to do the trick. So many people suffering with pain can benefit from their system. People with pain in their feet, ankles, lower legs, knees, hips, and more. I've been wearing my personally fit arch supports for a while now, and they've given me the motivation and confidence to be as active as I want to be. The Good Feet store thrives on being solution-oriented. Go in. The fitting is free. They want you to try them in the store and feel them for yourself. So get back to living the life you love with the Good Feet store. They're on Stringtown Road in Grove City and on Polaris Parkway. Or check them out at goodfeet.com.
Thinking about buying your first home? Now, with Third Federal, you can buy your first home and pay no PMI. Hi, I'm Mark Stefanski, Chairman and CEO of Third Federal. Private mortgage insurance, or PMI, can cost thousands of dollars over the life of your loan. And you may not realize PMI doesn't protect you. It only protects the lender in case of default. But at Third Federal, you can buy a home with just 5% down and no PMI. Plus, first-time home buyers get $750 off a closing cost. So if you're thinking about buying your first home, go for it and visit thirdfederal.com.
Even before you find a home, lock in 6.44%, APR 6.47% on a 30-year fixed-rate purchase mortgage. Visit thirdfederal.com or call 1-800-3RD-FED today. APR reflects 15% down for $350,000 loan amount. Rate requires automatic payment program and is subject to change. Restrictions apply. See conditions for closing cost coupon at thirdfederal.com/FTHB. Equal housing lender.
We can come the day you call us.
We're 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point.
Brian, I've been meaning to ask you something.
Okay, ask away.
Sometimes when we're talking, I hear a little sparkling sound.
Is it when one of us says, all you have to do is point?
There it is. Did you hear that?
That's the sound of magic happening.
Magic? Like we can come the day you call us? Wow.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
Discover uncompromising quality at a reliable price with Giant Eagle in Market District. Look for signs throughout the store highlighting lower prices. Surround yourself with savings at Giant Eagle. Experience value like never before. Visit Giant Eagle today to see how easy it is to save.
Breaking news coming in from Bet365, and it's no surprise. Same game parlay from Bet365 just keeps getting better.
Well, it's even easier to make a bet. Choose from the most popular markets like hits, run line, totals, and home runs. So many to choose from.
Download the app, start building your bet, and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. T&Cs apply.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good afternoon. This is Paul Keels. Cleveland Guardians attempt to snap a 10-game losing streak when they begin a series in Houston tonight. The Cincinnati Reds, who've dropped 2 in a row, start a series at home with Miami. The Indiana Pacers today confirmed the point guard Tyrese Halliburton will miss all of next season because of the torn Achilles that he suffered in Game 7 of the NBA Finals against Oklahoma City. At Wimbledon today, men's top seed Yannick Sinner, who was trailing 2 sets to Grigor Dimitrov, advanced to the quarterfinals when Dimitrov retired due to injury. This update brought to you by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Don't put off losing weight this summer. Reach your goal during the easiest season for weight loss. Awaken 180, the official weight loss program of summer. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
This show cuts harder than a Cape Cod chip inside Timmy's mouth. This is Common Man and Timmy.
Fish has handed me the plug sheet for tomorrow. T-Bone and Tyvis, they're on every single morning from 6 to 9. Please listen to them. It's a good show. Also, Bishop and Friends on from 9 to noon. Dom Taberry will join your friend at 10:30. Also at 11:30, they have this thing called the 20 Most Interesting Programs. Colorado football is the focus tomorrow. They will talk to some dude whose name is not important who covers Colorado football, but the segment will be smashing. Be a smashing success. Adam King is here. The opposite of smashing success.
Oh, thanks.
Although, when Fishy dropped off the plug sheet, he had a mouthful of brownie. But I think he said, King sounds good today.
Oh, my gosh, Fish. Why would
the mouth is full of brownie.
Why would you lie?
Sound good today.
That's
what I heard.
Yeah, I think it was a lie. I think is what it was. Oh, is that the brownie that was out there? I realize that you can put pretty much anything next to. We have like a Keurig setup, like a For those that
you
don't
could put a sign up that says, don't eat poison.
Yes.
And
I
it will
would eat
still
it.
be eaten
Yes.
here.
Poisonous mushrooms.
That's right. Oh, I'll give that a try. I yelled to Common Man, hey, where'd these brownies come from? He said, I don't know. And I broke one in half and ate it.
Of course you broke one in
Well, there's
half.
only like a little bit left. I didn't want to take the rest of it. Actually,
Fish put an entire brownie in his mouth and he couldn't talk. Things on good today. How you doing, Ted?
I'm doing good, Mike.
Ted, there's
This ain't
some.
one of them.
No, it's not.
There's some that said Ted hasn't talked enough today. Ted, do you not like me? Is it personal?
I've probably talked about as much as I normally do. Yeah.
Not what
I think you're doing a bang up job today.
Well, you've been sleeping for half the show.
That's true.
Oh.
What are you doing? My noises now? Hello. Hey, I saw that Hunter Green's rehab start pushed back again.
He's not going to be here tomorrow?
Nope. Groin.
Well, that's a shame.
Problems with the groin. I don't know why I have to sing that, but yeah.
Diamond Dog Night there tomorrow, too.
Well,
Yeah, that would have been
That's
big.
still going on.
You'll have to be satisfied with the Diamond Dogs because you're not going to see Hunter Green.
Yeah.
Would you eat? Are you a hot dog guy?
Love him.
Okay, I think, how many, realistically, you and I go to the 9 innings Diamond Dog Night. How many dogs can you eat?
I hate competitions like this.
Okay, no. Okay, let me say this. You're just eating. There's no number that you're trying to count to.
And they're brought to me.
Yes.
And they're
Just
fresh.
everything-
And they're how I like it.
Yes, exactly.
And I don't have to pay for them.
Exactly.
None of that.
I'll pay the 10 cents because I'm a good guy.
So we're doing those dogs.
No, we'll do good dogs. We'll do non.
No, those are fine dogs, but again,
they're a little sketchy.
You know, you're not getting necessarily the toppings and
they're very small. I think I could eat about 10 of those Diamond
the
Dog.
dimes.
Yeah.
Oh, I've had like 15 of them.
We often, every time we go live from there, I bring back a whole tray, and they're gone in the newsroom in seconds.
You know, the crew used to do buck a brat. I don't know if they still do that or not. Probably not. But they used to bring the brats by in the morning time at the radio station, and Teddy and I would sit there and eat them.
That sounds amazing.
7 o'clock brat time.
Those were good, too.
We talked earlier about me being 50 pounds heavier. Do you know how I got so big?
No.
I discovered Johnsonville brats. You could just cook them so easily. I used to eat like 4 Johnsonville brats a day. I was obsessed.
What do you put on your brat?
Well, it depends. I like a good stadium mustard. I'm a big sauerkraut guy on a brat or like a hot dog.
Yeah, but didn't you put sauerkraut on an Italian sausage?
Hey, I'll do whatever.
Hillbilly?
I'll do whatever it takes
Get
to get
outta
some
here.
sauerkraut in this mouth.
All right. Hey, Dan Orlovsky will remain at ESPN on a long-term contract extension. According to USA Today, he'll continue on Get Up, First Take, NFL Live, and his college football and NFL game roles. I disagree with apparently the rest of the media world on Dan Orlovsky in the way that I can sum him up, in my opinion. And I'm going to oversimplify this, but indulge me. Dan Orlovsky, to me, is a big, giant dork. I don't find him particularly insightful. His face is annoying to me. I think he says stupid things, and he just looks like a dork.
Are you ready for this?
What? You love him, don't you?
No. People think that I look like Dan Orlovsky.
I don't think you look like him at all.
Thank you. I really appreciate that because you just called him a dork and said he's...
I was thinking that. King kind of looks a
No,
little
he
like...
doesn't.
I was
They're
thinking
both
that.
white men.
So when we're out at games, like there are people that will stop me and be like, Dan Orlovsky, how you doing? And I'm like...
How many beers have they had?
Well, probably about 800. But I don't have a... You know what? Dan Orlovsky, people who have strong opinions on commentators are bored with their lives. Move on. I don't like the idea. Like the NBA Finals, people were like roasting Doris Burke the whole time. She's good. She's fine. I don't care. It doesn't get... Dan Orlovsky's fine. If you don't like him, he's on your television for 3 minutes in a sports
I don't know
center.
if you know what we like to do, not just in this profession, but in this society, is we find things, we don't like them, we complain about those things. It's what we do. It's part of our heritage. It's our hobby.
Yes, but I think that is a wasted one. Don't waste your energy on a guy that's breaking down quarterbacks for 3.5 minutes on a sports center on a Sunday. You want to complain about somebody, find somebody really...
But the problem at ESPN is it's not just 3.5 minutes on a Sunday. If you turn on Get Up, he's there. If you turn on First Take, he's there. If you turn on college football coverage, he's there. If you turn on NFL coverage on a Sunday, he's there. They use the same faces all the time.
I will say...
It's fatiguing. I want to die.
Okay.
Now continue.
We're just going to sit in silence for a minute. Go
ahead.
I do think you're right on that. They've got too many people covering just all the sports.
It's like you're seeing it with Stephen A. now.
Yes, exactly.
It's fatiguing, and he's wondering why everybody's got these hot takes about him. It's because you're all the time, dude.
But now, hold on. Stephen A. loves that everyone has the hot takes on him. He is
No, he loves it to a point.
No, that's what he wants. He wants everybody to be talking about Stephen A. Smith all the time. That's why he's pushing the political stuff. That's why he's on your television yelling all the time, because he wants you sitting at home in your basement with your stereo on, thinking about his voice just over and over and over again.
I had the stereo going this weekend, buddy.
Yeah, I bet you did.
It's nice and cool down there. It's a good 63 with that ceiling fan going.
People who aren't in the studio don't understand that it's about 12 degrees in the studio, and he's got a fan blasted full strength.
I got to tell you, when Timmy started doing the show, it was great because we had the same body temperature. Now I'm working with T-Bone Jr. again in here because all I've heard all day long is, it's cold. I got to put a sweatshirt on. I can't feel my knuckles.
I said my fingers. I can clearly feel my knuckles.
I can't feel my cockles.
Can you often feel your knuckles? What are your knuckles?
I'm going to feel my knuckles in a second when I push them against her face at a high rate of speed. Ryan Day, what did I say? Flips a commit.
There you go.
Yes. Jameer Perez, defensive tackle who had committed to Florida, has now flipped to Ohio State. Now, he's a Cleveland Glenville guy, just a 3-star guy. 6'4", 330, class of 2026. But obviously, Florida saw something in him, and Ohio State saw something in him that they wanted to flip him. So they got him. Thoughts?
No. I do.
Bronkoff, 2-year deal. Go.
No, I do have thoughts on this one. Have you noticed that there are a select group of Ohio State fans that are very nervous about recruiting right now? They're worried about the NIL world.
There's always a section of these fans.
I just want to talk directly to them.
Okay, go ahead. I'm going to be quiet now.
It'll be okay. You'll be fine. All the time. It's so infuriating. It's fine. Then think about 5 years ago.
Dorsberg is fine. Recruiting is fine.
No.
Dan Orlovsky's fine. Everything's fine. This is the Adam King Everything's Fine show.
It's the picture of the guy sitting with the world on fire.
Everything's fine. Why don't they listen to me? I don't know. It's the Everything Fine show.
No, I'm saying the constant concern about every recruit in high school that makes a decision and how it's the downfall of Ohio State, it's exhausting. They're still like the number 6 rated recruiting class, and everybody acts like they're Maryland. Garbage. And the editor who wrote it is garbage.
What is that?
That's Mike Gundy.
Oh.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
I got it.
Come after me.
I want to talk about cornhole coming up next. Cornhole.
I love cornhole.
You do? You look like a guy who likes cornhole.
Yeah, you do too.
Little cornhole.
It's fine.
It's fine, right, Teddy?
It's fine.
What about, though? I know you like cornhole. What about glory hole? Do you like that?
Oh, we got to go to break.
I want me some glory hole.
Jerry Jones.
That was Jerry Jones.
I want me some glory hole.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm going to need some contacts.
All right. Cornhole next. Cowan Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
There's an accident that's on southbound 270 on the east outer belt between 161 and Morse Road. Crews are on scene, causing a couple-minute delay there. And we also have an accident that's on eastbound 270 on the north outer belt at Cleveland Avenue. This report is sponsored by COSI, Unofficial Galaxies Star Wars exhibit, open through Labor Day. Unofficial Galaxies has arrived and is now open at COSI through Labor Day. An incredible collection of characters, stunning designs from one of the most beloved sci-fi franchises of all time. Unofficial Galaxies now open at COSI. Get your tickets now at COSI.org. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Hey, Ohio, Prime Sports has arrived, the only book where you can lay 108 instead of 110 on all your favorite teams. Football, baseball, basketball, and hockey. Why would you risk more to win the same amount at another sports book? Download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit our website, primesportsbook.com. Get a welcome bonus to match your initial deposit up to $400 in bonus bets. And be a member of the Prime Sports family.
Terms and conditions apply. Visit website for details. Must be 21 and present in Ohio.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
It's really been amazing, the amount of people that I've had contact me, and the talk is generally centered around QC Kinetics, and whether it's a knee, whether it's a back, a hip, shoulder.
He's always happy to talk about how QC Kinetics all-natural regenerative treatments finally gave him relief without surgery. That's former pro football player Bobby Carpenter.
My message to them is do not wait and push off a week, a month, whatever it is. So if you want to feel better this summer, now would be the time to get in. If you want to feel better in the fall, make sure that you're getting in here so you can go out and play golf and do the things that you love and enjoy.
Spoken by a man who experienced relief firsthand. QC Kinetics gave this former pro athlete back his mobility, his activity, and they'll do the same for you.
Has really helped me in just my general quality of life.
Don't wait. Call QC Kinetics for your free consultation today. QC Kinetics.
Call QC Kinetics, 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544.
Hey, it's Leslie from Pella Columbus.
I'm Wilson from that other window place.
One of my favorite things, Wilson, is the look on people's faces when they see the end price for Pella windows.
Yeah, I'm always hearing, does it look like I'm wearing my money breeches?
More like, I can't believe we get the Pella look and quality at these prices.
Oh, you went the other way with that. You're hearing good things. Oh, this is awkward.
Get the window that homeowners rated the leading window brand in Columbus at PellaColumbus.com.
Hollywood Casino Columbus is bringing the funny this summer. Tiffany Haddish takes the mic on Friday, July 18th with the Funny and Fearless Tour. Then Dion Cole Live hits the stage Friday, September 5th for a night of nonstop laughs. 2 comedy icons, 2 unforgettable nights. Get your friends, grab a drink, and get ready to laugh all night long. Big names, big laughs, only at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Tickets available at Ticketmaster. Visit HollywoodColumbus.com for more details. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
Hi, I'm Bob Capace from Worthington Jewelers.
And I'm his very overpaid celebrity endorser, Common Man. Bob, I heard somewhere, actually from you many, many times, that Worthington Jewelers is where Columbus gets engaged.
It's too bad you and Timmy can't engage the audience.
Good zing, Bob.
If you're thinking of popping the question, there's only one place to go.
Worthington Jewelers on High Street in Worthington. WorthingtonJewelers.com. Tell them Common Man sent you.
This promo is for anyone who likes baseball or America or Terry Francona's scooter. The Reds are on the Fan. Catch all 162 games here on the Fan and 1460 ESPN Columbus and the Fan's HD2. Your home for Reds baseball, the Fan.
Hey, I'm Ruben. My band and I have a new song we're getting ready to record this weekend. I'm also a tow truck driver. When you move over and slow down, you're not only giving me room to work, you're making sure I get to go home at the end of the day and see my bandmates.
Roadside workers have lives and families, but when they're on the job, they put it all on the line to protect and serve us. When you see flashing lights, remember, they're not just roadside workers. Thank you for moving over and slowing down.
And now, Public Education Matters with Ohio Education Association President Scott Tomorrow.
I have taught many students over my 34-year career in public education. And I've had the honor of serving more than 100,000 public school educators as the president of the Ohio Education Association. As I retire from teaching and we welcome a new OEA president next week, I want to say thank you for this enormous privilege.
Public Education Matters, brought to you by the Ohio Education Association. Eggland's Best, the only eggs with more fresh and delicious taste, plus superior nutrition. Eggland's Best, better taste, better nutrition, better eggs.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Some pop-up showers and storms, some gusty winds, and a few pockets of heavy rain on this Monday. Temperatures in the low to mid-80s. Overnight, we'll keep it mostly cloudy and muggy down to around 70 by Tuesday morning. And during the day, more sunshine than clouds, light winds, and less humid, with just the risk of a shower. High temperatures in the mid-80s. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
The ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus is the official sportsbook of Common Man and Timmy. Weekdays at 3. The Fan.
This show has over 50 years of combined radio experience. They also have a combined mental age of 11. You're listening to Common Man and Timmy.
Timmy's not here today. Adam King is here. Give me a number, King.
8.
Caller number 8. Albert Bell. Right now. 614-4 821-9710 gets a family 4-pack of tickets to the Monogram Homes Cardell Jones charity softball game Saturday, July 19th at Huntington Park. It's Team Cardale against Team Braxton Miller. If you're not the winner, don't worry. Tickets can be purchased for $10 at BuckeyeCruise.com.
No, you know, if you're not the winner, just wait till the next time. I don't like that don't worry mindset.
Well, don't worry because you can buy tickets for yourself.
I understand that.
$10 and it goes to a worthy cause.
If you don't win, you've got to get ready for the next one. You can't just say don't worry. That's ridiculous.
It's fine.
If somebody's keeping it's fine.
It's all fine.
If somebody's keeping score, I want to win.
Major League Baseball All-Star Selection Show was slated to air on ESPN, 5 o'clock.
What was that?
ESPN. 5 o'clock on Sunday. But they were televising a live cornhole event that ran long. Instead of moving the cornhole or even the All-Star show to ESPN2, they actually stuck with the cornhole for roughly 10 minutes, causing the announcement to be delayed. Look, I am not a Rob Manfred fan, okay?
Okay.
I think Rob Manfred looks like Victor Maitland from Beverly Hills Cop. I think he is the worst public face of Major League Baseball in a long time.
Spot on.
However, if he picks up the phone to ESPN that evening and says, dude, you can't even push the cornhole for us?
Can I ask you this?
What?
Was the cornhole live?
It was live.
Okay, well, so here's
But what do we see all the time when these college football games overlap? Little crawl on the bottom of the screen.
Turn to ESPN News.
ESPN News will have this, right?
You know my least favorite thing about professional cornhole? And it's interesting because most people don't even have
as opposed to amateur cornhole? Yes, go ahead.
Is that if you don't hit it in the hole, what's the point? Like, to watch professional cornhole is to watch two guys that have spent their entire lives throwing a bag in a hole. And I love cornhole. But if they miss...
I want me some glory hole.
It's an old oil term. That's what he's using. Like when you get the geyser, right? When you get that black gold that pops up from the sky, that's a glory hole. It's not what you're thinking about with the pee-pee in the wall.
That's exactly what I was thinking about, interestingly enough. I was just thinking about the geysers in the sky and whatever you just said.
Geysers in the sky with diamonds.
ESPN, what are we doing? Also, what is your audience? Like, this is like
cornhole.
This is like when they used to have bowling on Sunday mornings. You turn on at 10 a.m. and you're like, who is your target audience here? And even bowling is kind of thrilling at this point. I mean, I just cornhole. What do these guys have? Side jobs? Are they actually paying?
I don't think they're just exclusively professional cornhole players.
You don't know.
I don't know, but I'm assuming not.
You want to know something? My grandfather thinks you have a side job.
I have a side job?
All the time. Ask me at least once a week. Those guys, they got another job, right? That's not all they do with their time. They got another job. They're in there all the time. And they work out there. Well, I mean, they got a car salesman. They got another job, right?
Yep, I got to go to my other job after this.
Yeah,
actually.
Yeah. So maybe that's how we think of cornhole. They're touring the world playing cornhole.
For a long time. It's something with the older generation. They don't take broadcasting seriously. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, Ted, what's the point of that?
Or they don't take me seriously. I bet they didn't ask Edward R. Murrow if he had another job.
Yeah, maybe they did.
Right? What are you doing on the side there, Ed? Selling Hondas?
Yeah.
All right, good stuff.
Good stuff. All right, you're reporting the biggest sport and news stories of all time, and then
we were talking about my big Aunt Mary, who was my great aunt.
Yeah.
She would always ask me, after I'd been working in this job full-time for many years, how's my internship going?
Nice.
It's going well. Maybe one day I'll decide
I can get a real
to
job.
pick it up.
I can get a real job like a real boy.
Who knows?
For the longest time,
Billy Joel
said I wanted to do this job. For the longest time. Said I wanted to do this job. And, there were people that supported me. There was about a 98% group of people that looked at me like, hey, big guy, how about we not be a 3-year-old and pick a real career?
I had the same thing. And my parents were unfortunately those people. but now, we always supported you. You did not. What are you talking about? But I don't argue at this point. It's like, yes, you always did. Great.
I love my mother. My mom tells me, I always believed in you. When we went to orientation for my freshman year of college, she signed me up for an English teaching class because she didn't believe in journalism.
My father, when I told him what I wanted to do for a living, I was a teenager. He went out, he bought a broom, brought it to the house and said, go in the garage and practice your sweeping because that's what you'll amount to. You'll be a custodian.
And look now, Dad.
They always thought I'd be living in their basement.
And
don't tell them that now, though. They'd be like, we always knew. It's like, you didn't know anything.
Your dad's got the broom still just leaning up on the wall. Just in case things go south. Just in case. You never know.
So anyway, Major League Baseball upset because cornhole took precedent over the All-Star show. The end.
You good at cornhole?
No.
You ever play?
I mean, I've played just at tailgates and stuff.
You seem like the kind of person that would be annoyed when someone at a cookout was like, let's play cornhole. You seem like the kind of person that'd be like, can you just sit down and eat your food and relax for 4 minutes? Why do you have to be running around all the time?
I don't go to cookouts. They're outside. Outside bad, inside good. If I'm going to go outside, I much prefer a game like a bocce ball. You like the bocce ball?
What are you, 80 years old?
I love a good bocce.
You know, when I was a little kid, my parents bought a bocce ball set, and looking back now, they acted like they had just bought me a Corvette. They were like, we got this set. You throw the white ball out there. You throw another ball at it. It's remarkable. We played bocce ball forever. And by that, I mean about 2 hours, and then we never took the set out again.
I love bocce. It's great. We used to have these little neighborhood gatherings. We lived in a very immigrant neighborhood when I was a kid.
Okay.
A lot of Italians, a lot of first-generation people.
I bet they know how to say focaccia.
Not like that. The old men. And by old, I mean like 50. But when you're a kid, they're ancient.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, I got you.
After dinner, they would they'd be in their V-neck white T-shirts with their gold chains hanging out, drinking Sambuca, which is black licorice flavored liqueur.
Terrible.
I actually have grown to like it.
Oh,
and playing bocce ball. And I found myself a couple weeks ago doing the same thing. Like I'm wearing the V-neck shirt with the chain hanging out, and I'm drinking my after-dinner liqueur, my Sambuca, and I'm playing bocce.
We're peeling the layers of common man.
But you know what, though? I don't care. I enjoy it.
It's fine.
I enjoy the evolution of life. I was talking to you about this before the show.
True.
I was talking to an old buddy of mine. We were having some sort of disagreement. He looks at me and says, you've changed. I said, of course I've changed, you loser. Who hasn't changed? If you're the same person you were 30 years ago, you're a loser. And he is.
Sorry, I just heard that you're a loser, and I had flashbacks to my whole life. Oh, gosh. That was a scary moment for me there. I can come back.
Why did you go home? And Lene Cool also says it to you. You're a loser. That's why I'm not marrying you.
That's, whew. All right, we're good.
Seriously, when are you going to bring this girl so I can meet her?
Well, you had an opportunity.
No, I didn't have an opportunity.
We were here for 3.5 seconds while we got on, while we loaded up the Uber to go to the,
Yeah, you got a 4 o'clock flight. You're at 3 o'clock taking the Uber to the airport. Like
I made it, and did I not send you a picture of us?
That was a superimposed picture. That wasn't even a real picture.
That's not accurate. I can't confirm or deny.
Why won't she come? Is she afraid of us?
She works elsewhere.
So?
And she doesn't like Ted, okay?
All right. Well, that I can understand. Teddy?
Creepy, huh?
Yeah. That's what it was.
Yeah. I want me some glory hole.
Who's that old man who comes on and talks once in a while? He creeps me out.
Like a geyser.
Speaking of old men, Jason's beef with our guy Jayson Stark, he's in the Hall of Fame. Baseball Hall of Fame. They call that Cooperstown. They call it.
Duly noted.
Cooperstown.
Is it in Akron, too? Canton?
Yes. Also known for their tires.
She goes to another school is what someone called me.
Your girlfriend. Yeah, you don't know her. She goes to another school. Yeah, her parents are real strict, you know. Jason's beef coming up next. Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
We've got about a 10-minute slowdown on westbound 670 between 315 and I-70, and there's a 5-minute delay on eastbound 70 on the east side if you're traveling from James Road to Bryce Road. This report is sponsored by COSI, Unofficial Galaxies Star Wars exhibit open through Labor Day. Unofficial Galaxies has arrived and is now open at COSI through Labor Day. An incredible collection of characters, stunning designs from one of the most beloved sci-fi franchises of all time. Unofficial Galaxies now open at COSI. Get your tickets now at cosi.org. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Victor's Home Solutions. Schedule your free 21-point roof and window inspection today at victors.com.
Men, the summer is here. Longer days, warmer nights, and romance in the air. Intimate dinners, walks on the beach, dancing in the moonlight. But if you have erectile dysfunction, you know it can ruin romance, both for you and the one you love. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, and if you have ED, don't let another summer go by without getting treated, because intimacy is one of the greatest things in life, and fear of not being able to perform should not be something you have to deal with. At Tri-State Men's Health, we're ED experts. We've successfully treated tens of thousands of men. Our protocols work when others don't, and we have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases. You could even last up to an hour or more and perform like you haven't in years. So call us. Your initial appointment is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com.
If your garage door is moodier than your emo teenager after a breakup, we are Deluxe Door Systems. For 30 years, we've fixed crappy garage doors, straightforward, honest, and for less than you think. DeluxeDoorSystems.com.
Newman Roofing is proud to sponsor the Fan and 10 TV's Beat the Heat Fan Drive. Help Ohio's most vulnerable residents deal with the extreme heat this summer. Purchase new box fans and take them to the nearest Franklin County Fire Station or buy online. For more information, go to lifecarealliance.org.
Common Man and Timmy is sponsored by Hinderer Motorsports. Listen every weekday from 3 to 6. They're good, clean boys. The Fan.
He's a man who's in every Hall of Fame in the known universe. He's a man who travels thousands of miles to see celestial bodies. He's a man who enjoys a good tomato pie. And he's a man who regrets a few life choices every Monday at 5:30. It's Jason's Beef with Jayson Stark.
Sponsored by Logan AC and Heat Services. Feeling the heat? Call the experts at Logan Services now for hot deals on train systems, including 0% APR for 60 months.
I was having a coffee-flavored gelato yesterday. I was thinking of Jayson Stark. He's in every Hall of Fame. He's also a frequent visitor to Italy, and he loves to eat ice cream in the mornings. He joins us on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. I just piped you in mid-laugh, which made it even more awkward. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. You could fill in any time of day, and then I'd be happy to eat gelato at that time of day.
Timmy's not here today. Television personality Alan King. I messed up your name.
You messed up my name.
Douche. Somehow it's your fault. Adam King is sitting next to me, but he told me he doesn't like baseball. You're not going to hear him this segment, so just say hello, King.
Just to be clear, I was told if I speak, I will be kicked off the show, Jason.
Just say hello to Jason.
It's an honor to talk to you as a Hall of Famer. Big fan. Alan King here.
Hey, it's great to talk to you, too. And you can talk as much as you want.
No, that's going to be the
He's holding a wooden spoon.
All right, his portion of the interview is done. I want to know why, when I asked you if you were going to be in Chicago next weekend for the 20th anniversary of the 2005 World Series team for the White Sox, you laughed at me. Are they not worthy of your time?
Okay, so I'm trying to think what you're trying to lure me into here.
Nothing. It
was really more about you than about the 2005 White Sox or anybody who cared about them. Because you're just it's so hard to be a White Sox fan, and you cling to your memories, and there's so few of them. It's really a tough situation.
You're not making me feel any better. You're really not.
Well said.
Bobby Jenks died yesterday.
I feel bad about that. He was a really colorful character who just swooped into that season and was amazing on the mound and always a presence off the mound.
You can make the case that they don't win the World Series without him. He was the third closer on that team. He came up in July, and he was throwing 100 before everybody threw 100, and it moved. I will never forget that World Series. I think it was Game 1. Yes, it was Game 1 because he blew the save in Game 2. Let's not talk about that. But in Game 1, he blew away Jeff Bagwell like he was pitching to a Little League player. And he was so important to that team. There's the reunion. All the former players will be in Chicago reminiscing next weekend. He desperately wanted to be there. He dies, obviously, much too young at the age of 44. And he's the first one of that team to pass away. I know you can say a lot about the White Sox, too, and all those things are valid. They do value their former players. They will roll out the red carpet for these guys next weekend.
Yeah, they will. And, look, the passing of Bobby Jenks is such a sad story. 44 years old is just way too young for anyone who not just played the game, but is in our memories as this young, energizing force who's, again, swooped in to save the season for a team that won a World Series and broke a curse and melted the pain of so many generations. So I'm sure that Bobby Jenks' absence will be felt so profoundly there. It's really difficult to even contemplate that part.
Jayson Stark, Hall of Famer, joining us as we talk baseball here on the stupid show that I host. All right. I was reading your latest piece in The Athletic. You do it every single year, sort of a halfway point as we approach the All-Star game. You talk to people. You talk about the biggest disappointments. And you asked a bunch of people in baseball, who's the best team in baseball? And their answer was the healthy Dodgers. But unfortunately, the healthy Dodgers don't exist. So with that being said, who's the best team at the All-Star break?
You would still have to say that the Dodgers are the best team just because they have weathered a series of injuries unlike anything you can remember any team in first place in the middle of July by 7 games could possibly have weathered. 34 pitchers, 16 starting pitchers, and they're in first by 7
I was going to say, normally
games.
you read a stat like that and you're talking about a last-place team.
Exactly. And, it's a testament to how much they value depth, stockpile depth, are willing to pay for depth. There's another stat in my column that's just incredible. They're paying $132 million to players not to play for them because they're either hurt or they release them at some point this year. They can afford to do things that other teams can't, and nobody would pretend otherwise, but they go into every season understanding it's going to take a village to get through this. And it feels like they're working with a 75-man roster, and everybody else has got 25.
You also mentioned the most disappointing team. And, I think we throw it out there a lot where it's like, this is the most disappointing team ever. But you actually said the Baltimore Orioles this season, after going to the postseason for 2 straight years and seemingly improving their roster in the offseason, to be this bad, that they're the most disappointing team that you've ever seen.
Yeah, I've gotten a lot of pushback on that, but when I threw that out there to these GMs that I spoke with, they really didn't push back. And the reason is this was a team on the rise. They brought in Mike Elias and Sig Meigel from the Astros heyday. The great scouting minds behind the assembling of the Astros talent pool. And the Astros have been great for a decade. And it really felt like that's where the Orioles were headed. And instead, their sweep of the Braves notwithstanding over the weekend, they're awful. They're one of the 5 worst teams in the sport. And this is not one of those teams that signed a bunch of free agents and they all came in and underperformed. This was a team built to win and built to win for a long time, and everybody has regressed. Do you think I'm way out there in saying this? I think when you really think about it in these terms, you'll agree with me.
I'm trying to think off the top of my head who would be more disappointing, but they're definitely in the team picture. The only thing I would maybe say is maybe years ago, the San Diego Padres, everybody essentially had them winning the World Series. They didn't even make the playoffs. So that would be something like that.
But that was a team with a history of futility. Am I right? Unless you're thinking of the Soto team, the team that they traded for him late in the first season, made the playoffs, and then
I don't know what the hell I'm thinking about. Don't worry about what I'm saying.
You're thinking back in the day, right? So the thing about the Orioles is they won 100 games 2 years ago.
You're right.
They made the playoffs last year. They were the best team in the American League at the break last year, and to watch it slowly unravel, it's just mind-blowing to me.
Jason's beef with our guy Jayson Stark here on The Fan. You also said something about the Tigers, like they're for real and they're fabulous or they're fantastic, whatever you said.
Spectacular.
Spectacular, that's right. It's the Seinfeld booby line. I should know it. It's the fake boob line. Terry Hatcher, may she rest in peace. She's not dead, but her career is dead. Listen, I'm watching postseason baseball last year, and I'm saying to myself, I don't know how this Tiger team made the postseason. I really don't. I thought they were sort of a mistake. They were a couple years ahead, and I thought, well, that was a nice little year for them, and they'll fall back down to earth this year. And now I watch them, and I say, well, I don't know what I was looking at. This team is clearly the best team in this division. The Guardians have lost 10 games in a row, and they're at risk of just being swept away as this season gets away from them. The Tigers are for real. If you're making a list of teams that can win the World Series, you'd be foolish not to put them on it.
Oh, they'd be. I mean, other than the Dodgers, wouldn't they be second? I mean, you know they're going to make the playoffs. You know they're going to have a bye. They're in great shape. Last year, they made the playoffs with pitching chaos. I'm sure you remember, Mike.
Yeah.
And this year is the opposite of that. Tarek Skubal has company. I mean, I'd love to talk about him. I love watching that guy. But Casey Mize, the number one pick in the draft a few years back, looked like he might be a bust. He's 9-2. And then they've got an actual rotation around him and a ton of good players, one of the best bullpens in the league. You're seeing some emerging stars, I think, starting with Riley Green. This is not last year. Last year was a fluke. This year is the real deal.
Alan, say goodbye to Jayson.
That's the longest I've ever been quiet in my life. Oh, my gosh, that was so tough.
I'm sorry that this happened. Look, I feel sorry for you. I would never tell you not to talk.
Let me tell you something. I asked him during the break, do you have anything to ask? And he looked at me with a blank look on his face and said, no. I said, all right, well, then just be quiet.
He said, if you talk, you're kicked out.
Why do I not believe you, Mike?
All right.
I believe Adam.
Have a gelato.
You've been calling by his right name.
And let me just say, I will say this. Gelato is delicious. It's unbeatable.
Is that a hot take?
No, we need more gelato. We don't have gelato in America.
It's there. You got to look for it.
Find me a gelato shop. Name one.
I will find you a gelato.
Jayson, you nailed it with the gelato.
Jayson, it's been a pleasure. We'll talk to you next week.
Enjoyed it as always. Thanks, guys.
Jason's beef with our guy Jayson Stark on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. Back page coming up. Common Man and Alan. Alan Wrench. That's your new name because I can just use you for anything.
Wow. That
you hurt
nice.
my hands, you hurt my fingers, but you get the job done.
Oh, my God. It's the nicest thing you ever said. Mike.
I can't wait till Timmy's back tomorrow. Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
There's some stop-and-go traffic that's causing about a 15-minute delay on westbound 70 on the west side between Central Avenue and 670. And watch out for an accident that's on the right shoulder of eastbound 670 at 3rd Street, causing a slowdown. This report is sponsored by COSI, Unofficial Galaxies Star Wars exhibit, open through Labor Day. Unofficial Galaxies has arrived and is now open at COSI through Labor Day. An incredible collection of characters, stunning designs from one of the most beloved sci-fi franchises of all time. Unofficial Galaxies now open at COSI. Get your tickets now at COSI.org. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
This summertime, it's Modelo time. Whether you're poolside or curbside, kick it with an ice cold Modelo. Time to fire up the grill and turn up. Time to reach for a crisp Modelo or the refreshing lime and salt flavors of Modelo Chelada. Time to raise one to summer, and time to stock up on Modelo before summer is gone. Drink responsibly. Beer and flavored beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Stay hydrated. It's hot out there. So my teenage son just went out in sweatpants and a hoodie. It's 98 degrees. At least I know he'll be cool in our house, thanks to Atlas Butler. If something goes wrong, they'll fix it within 24 hours. They call it their comfort pledge. Get too hot?
I need my phone.
Oh, your phone. Should have known.
Atlas Butler is at your service. Call 1-800-FURNACE.
Hey friends, Beamer here. Looking back at my Awaken 180 goals, and very deep on the list was to beat my guy Austin Ward at golf. Well, played in the Marysville Marathon with him on Saturday, and let's just say, mission accomplished. The biggest part, though, I wasn't lugging around those extra 75 pounds in that brutal heat while playing 36 holes. That was the real difference. I felt my stamina was way better. I'm not saying you're going to be a scratch golfer after losing the weight, but if your Awaken 180 results are like mine, you'll be able to crush Austin too. Online at awaken180weightloss.com.
This radio commercial was made to convince you to stop speeding. We can't use law enforcement siren sound effects on the radio, so we'll use other equally jarring sound effects to get your attention, like telling you if you get a speeding ticket, it doesn't end there. You have to pay expensive fines. You can't go to your friend's wedding because that also costs money. And your insurance rates could increase. See? We didn't have to use law enforcement sirens after all. Getting a speeding ticket has consequences. Sooner or later, speeding catches up with you. Brought to you by NHTSA.
Another reason to choose Hinderer Motor Company for your next vehicle. This is Justin Hinderer. Every vehicle comes with a lifetime powertrain warranty, award-winning service, and our exclusive Carvenience. We pick up your vehicle, service it, and return it so you save time and enjoy peace of mind. That's Carvenience. At Hinderer Motor Company, we take care of everything so you can drive worry-free. See why we're the best choice for your next new or used car by visiting hinderermotorcompany.com.
He opens his toolbox before he opens his wallet and believes you can fix anything with 20 minutes and some pride. He's Mr. DIY, and when he needs metal, he goes to metal supermarkets. Artists, hobbyists, machine shops, maintenance professionals, and welders all count on metal supermarkets for over 8,000 metal products, shapes, and grades. If it's metal, they've got it or can get it for you. Cut to any size and ready fast. Visit the family-owned franchise on North Wilson Road or Columbus at metalsupermarkets.com.
Join Rothman and Ice every Thursday at 2:30 for Gold Jacket Thursday.
Presented by the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
A new Hall of Famer joins the show every week, but not OJ because he's dead and probably a murderer. The Fan.
Guys, the leader in TRT, Synergenics, and Low T Center introduced the Synergenics Health app. If you have been struggling to choose where to go for your TRT, look no further than Synergenics and Low T Center. The new Synergenics Health app is a superior innovation in healthcare technology that you won't find anywhere else. With the app, you can book appointments, view lab results, have face-to-face telehealth visits, receive medication reminders, order supplements, pre-check-in to visits, and more. Taking control of your health has never been easier. All you need to do is book an appointment or walk into any Synergenics or Low T Center before 10 a.m. The test is simple. It only takes about 20 minutes to get your results. Once you qualify, you can start treatment the same day. Other places charge hundreds of dollars just to get started, but for a limited time, the test is free. Treatment is covered by most major insurance, so treatment cost is minimal. Download the Synergenics Health app or book an appointment today by visiting fixmylowt.com. Fixmylowt.com.
Want to know anything about the Fan's contest, how to win, or what's up for grabs? Check out 971thefan.com. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Timmy is out. Adam King from 10 TV Or as I called him last segment, Alan King.
Isn't that the name of the guy that...
He was a comedian.
Alan King. Who am I thinking of?
I don't know who you're thinking of.
The guy... No, I don't know. Never mind. Alan Cummings, the guy that does the Traders.
Don't say that word.
Grow up. Grow up, Peter Pan.
Clayton Kershaw was selected to the All-Star game by commissioner's exemption. I've read a couple people who have a problem with this. He didn't earn it. He shouldn't be there. This is a showcase. It's supposed to make people feel good. We still live in a world where every single team, no matter how bad you are, has to have a representative. If you want to throw some future Hall of Famers out there for one last hurrah, like they did a few years ago with Pujols, and who else did they do it with? Who else is a commissioner exempt? Was it Beltre? I don't know. Miguel Cabrera? Is that who it was? I'm looking at Ted, and he's just giving me the blankest
He's not even
look
putting his headphones on
possible.
for being... I mean,
Man, I'm not even going to pretend to type.
He's...
Well, what do you want me to do? Just lie and
Yes,
say,
that's what I want you to do.
Adrian
Just agree with
Beltre, he was the guy.
Yes, lie, please.
I think it was Cal Ripken.
No,
He
I
just
don't have a
kinda
problem with that.
It's fine. That's what you're saying.
No, it's fun.
It's fine.
Fans want to see it. It's an exhibition.
So what you're saying is it's fine.
No, I'm saying it's good. Not even. It's better than fine.
Wow.
It's good.
Wow, you're on the other side of things. Easy. You're supposed to just say it's fine. You're not supposed to get overexcited.
What are your thoughts on the home run derby?
I love it.
You do?
I
You
love
hate baseball. I don't know why I'm even asking this question.
I don't hate baseball. I just think baseball, the season's too long. But that's not a hot take that anybody's listening to. So I
say it's not long enough.
It's fine.
300-game season.
300 games. You want every day forever.
Never stop.
You know, here's the problem for baseball. Baseball needs better marketing because baseball only gets this little slot in the summer, in June and July, and a little bit of August. And
little slot.
And everybody goes back then to football and NFL. And then the biggest part of baseball, the World Series, takes place in the middle of the NFL season. Put the World Series in July. And then it would be perfect.
I'm sorry, I'm not a child. I can walk and chew gum at the same time.
I can't.
You can watch football and also know that baseball's on and watch that too. This is my problem with Buckeye basketball people too. It's like, I don't know, it's basketball season until the football season's over. You can do two things.
No, that's not the same thing. What I'm saying is you can do two things, but why not give yourself the perfect area where only the eyes are on you? There's nothing else in July.
Because that's not in the fabric of the game.
What?
It's called the Fall Classic.
You can call it the Summer Classic. You can change it. What do you? That's the dumbest thing. That is the dumbest thing.
No, it's not. You just talked to. You honestly said to me, you looked at me with a straight face and said college football is not college football unless Ohio State plays Maryland and Northwestern and all the crappy teams on the schedule.
And let me tell you something.
But you got no problem moving the World Series from the fall to the middle of the summer. That makes no sense.
If they don't play the Illini Buck or whatever they call that stupid
Illabuck. It's a wooden turtle.
It's a wooden turtle. If they don't play for that with Illinois, what's the point of college football anymore? All I'm saying is you need better marketing, MLB. You get shadowed. Like everybody, all my Twitter after the NBA Finals was, the only thing's baseball right now. You know what would make it more intriguing? If it was playoff baseball. You know what people would say? Now is the time for baseball to shine.
No, they'd make some other excuse why they don't want to watch it. Because it just doesn't interest them.
I do want to produce a problem that I didn't think about with this pitch is that you would have to start the season earlier, and baseball in the middle of January does not sound great.
What we do is we cut it down. We only play 17 games like the NFL. You play once a week. Because everything has to be the footballication of society. Right? 162, too long. Can't hold my attention.
Boy, that seemed to really strike a nerve. 162 games. That's so many games. You can't tell me...
That's baseball.
You can't tell me a random game on a Tuesday night in the middle of June is got you sitting up.
Of course it doesn't. It's not made for that.
What's it made for?
Pop in, pop out, watch a few innings here and there.
Then I'm a baseball fan because I do
yourself.
that. I do that.
Okay, well then why couldn't you ask Jayson Stark a question?
I didn't want to interrupt. You said that you were in love with the man. I didn't want to interrupt your connection.
I looked at you during that commercial break. I said, what team do you root for? It was a 7-second gulp And I'm like, well, this dude.
I said
he can't.
Because I don't root.
I don't know, maybe the Reds? What do you mean, maybe the Reds? Who do you root for?
I think I've been to more Reds games in my life than any other stadium. I went to school at the University of Cincinnati, spent a lot of time at Great America, covered the Reds, my job. But I like the Guardians. But, they're fine. They're fine. It's fine. It's all fine. It's Adam King. It's fine. I'm going to get a shirt that says, it's fine. That's all it says. It's fine.
I wish this show was fine. I'd be lying.
The Back Page.
Sponsored by Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
What do you got, King?
All right. Which do you want first? Strawberries?
I only have time for one.
Okay. You said both.
Well, that's before I started yelling at you.
Okay. That sounds like another callback there in my young life. Strawberries and pasta. I feel like you'll get fired up about this one. Okay. I saw this earlier today. It's a Wimbledon tradition. One of the tennis players, a dish from her native Poland, is where they put strawberries on pasta. I'm currently reading the article as I'm trying to describe it to you. What are your thoughts on mixing the sweet strawberry with pasta noodles?
My first inkling is to pass and ridicule. However, in fairness to all my Polish friends that I had growing up, if someone served me pasta with strawberries, I would take a no thank you helping and, give it a shot.
Sometimes she adds a little bit of yogurt.
Of course she does. This is granola, except you don't have the granola. You're using pasta.
Yeah, I can't.
We put chili on pasta.
Yeah, that's true, and it's delicious. You a Skyline
barbecued pulled pork on pasta.
Noodles and Company. They put everything on pasta. I just don't. The problem with pasta is it's got to be doused in. Would you ever sit there and just eat a bowl of pasta?
Absolutely.
Are you serious?
I love pasta.
With nothing on it?
Well, I mean, what's nothing? Like a little bit of olive oil and garlic?
Well, that's still ew.
Oh, let me tell you something. You put the herbs from my garden in a nice,
here we go.
In a nice olive oil garlic pasta. Your pants fly right off your body, Alan. You crap right at the table.
You and your cilantro soapy tasted.
You don't put cilantro in a pasta with garlic.
I don't know anything.
And put strawberries and cilantro in my pasta. I'm going to serve it to you.
With a little bit of yogurt.
What ethnicity are you? What's your background? I asked you this the other day. You didn't know the answer. Did you do some research?
I don't know.
You don't care?
Why would I care?
Like grandma's British or...
Grandma is still driving in Zanesville, Ohio. That's my main concern right now. She had a cataract removed today. And all I can think is she was driving with that cataract. Those poor people in Zanesville.
Thank you, Alan. Thank you for filling in today. Timmy's back tomorrow. Buckeye show's next. Talk to you then. The show was fine, Teddy. Fine. Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You're going to expecting traffic. Sorry about that. You can expect traffic slowing down due to an accident that's on the right shoulder of westbound 70 on the west side after West Broad Street. We also have slow traffic on northbound 315 between 670 and North Broadway. This report is sponsored by Ohio Laborers and Ohio Lesset. Ohio Laborers would like to congratulate Member of the Week, Charles Smith. Laborers Local 809 Steubenville. Charles is a 3-year member working with Sterling. Build Ohio right, build it Union. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
The big one is back. The Good Guys 27th Summit Racing Nationals presented by PPG. All this weekend at the Ohio Expo Center in Columbus. Over 6,000 of the nation's baddest hot rods, muscle cars, and trick trucks. Don't miss Good Guys autocross racing action. A tire-smoking burnout competition. A pro street takeover. Earth-shaking nitro thunderfest. Meet the top builders in the industry and more. All this weekend at the Ohio Expo Center. Details at good-guys.com.
For over 78 years, our family's been part of your love stories. At Diamond Seller, we offer bigger diamonds, better prices, and timeless designs for every chapter of your life. From your first yes to your forever I do, trust the jeweler who knows diamonds best. Visit Diamond Seller today.
Imagine what it would feel like getting tackled head-on by a 240-pound linebacker. You'd be in serious pain, right? But if you're unbuckled in a car crash, at just 50 miles an hour, you become a deadly projectile that can slam into other passengers with 8 times that amount of force. Don't let someone else take the hit. Buckle up and visit buckleup.ohio.gov to learn more. Brought to you by ODOT and ODPS.
Let me ask you something. Is your money doing everything it can for you?
I don't know. How would I know?
Is it automatically saving for special events and keeping you posted on its progress? Like at Huntington Bank?
Oh, no.
Is it tracking your spending so you can make the best choices at the mall?
Nope.
Or setting limits on your teenager's debit card?
Definitely not.
Then it could certainly be doing more.
Yeah, sure sounds like it.
Let's get more from money. Switch to Huntington Bank. Welcome. Eligibility requirements apply. Some features may require enrollment.
You had a solid retirement dream. Sell your home in a few years, bank the equity, downsize, and travel. But with an unpredictable economy and the future feeling uncertain, you're wondering if that equity will still be there when you're ready. What if you could bank that equity right now? With TrueHold, you can sell your home for its current value, so you can access your equity today. You can bank the cash now and stay in the home you love with an easy standard lease. TrueHold even covers property taxes, insurance, and repairs. And since TrueHold hands over your equity in cash now, it's yours to do whatever you'd like. Don't let a shifting economy put your hard-earned equity at risk. Visit TrueHold.com and receive their competitive offer on your home in just 48 hours, based on its current value, not what's coming. Call 1-855-300-9993 or visit TrueHold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out on your home's value without moving. That's TrueHold.com.
Ever wonder where your go-to maintenance person gets the metal products they need to fix yours and everyone else's problems? The best in the business go to Metal Supermarkets for their wide variety of metal products and shapes to tackle projects from simple to complex. Metal Supermarkets is your source for all metals cut to size and ready fast. No minimum order with maximum service. Visit the family-owned franchise on North Wilson Road or at Columbus at metalsupermarkets.com.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Come into your local AAA Tire and Auto Service and save up to $30 on auto repair with their AAA Triple Play. And on the plus side, AAA members save more. Offer valid July 1st through July 31st. See store for details.
Thinking about buying your first home? Now, with Third Federal, you can buy your first home and pay no PMI. Hi, I'm Mark Stefanski, Chairman and CEO of Third Federal. Private mortgage insurance, or PMI, can cost thousands of dollars over the life of your loan. And you may not realize PMI doesn't protect you. It only protects the lender in case of default. But at Third Federal, you can buy a home with just 5% down and no PMI. Plus, first-time home buyers get $750 off a closing cost. So if you're thinking about buying your first home, go for it and visit thirdfederal.com.
Even before you find a home, lock in 6.44%, APR 6.47% on a 30-year fixed-rate purchase mortgage. Visit thirdfederal.com or call 1-800-3RD-FED today. APR reflects 15% down for $350,000 loan amount. Rate requires automatic payment program and is subject to change. Restrictions apply. See conditions for closing cost coupon at thirdfederal.com/FTHB.